not mean to do that out loud. That's just a habit now. Oh, I guess I gotta tell you my movies on my.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Oh.
I gotta.
Oh my God.
We're back.
Scared the hell out of me. Oh, how you doing?
Porco Rosso, what's up? We got something here. You know what? It's funny. I had to look up the Spanish name, but the Korean name I think I can get it down pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I don't.
I thought
is
he not Japanese? He's Korean.
Sorry, Japanese. He is Japanese. My bad.
No, I didn't. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. No. You're right. Correct me. That was a good one. I said Korean.
I always associate anime with Japan. I don't know if that is a correct assumption or not.
That is true. I don't know. Maybe we should look it up. Maybe we should do some
research.
Maybe.
No, man, that's not what we're here to do. We're just here to talk about movies.
Exactly.
We do research on the spot.
On the spot.
And spot.
There you go, man. That's the spirit. Let's get this going. Hello.
Oh.
Welcome to Side by Side Movies Podcast. The movies.
Welcome in.
We're two friends talk about two movies that they recently seen, and we just talk about them.
Yeah.
Nothing really pre-recorded, but that awesome intro. But hey, so if you're here, this is episode 60, I believe, and we did do a side note, and I have to upload that. But we had a Mr. Cole Gaddy subbing in for us. He did some 3 episodes. His schedule got busy. It's January 28th. I was about to say March 28th. It's January 28th, and we're barely getting back on it. We since November, and it's been time, dude. Life happens.
Yeah.
Things happen, and man, it's just been hitting us at all angles.
I don't have this dangly thing off.
Oh, look at that! The upgrade. No more ponytail.
No more ponytail. It smells a lot better back there now. But yeah, no, it's been fun. Yeah, no, I had to take a little hiatus for the holidays, and so a lot of new things coming into the new year. New opportunities, new schedules, new everything, man. So glad to be back. Just glad to be here and glad to be talking about movies again, for real. It's not like I stopped. I definitely, at work, I would talk with people all the time. Like, oh, did you see this? And not just movies, of course, all the new and awesome Disney Plus and HBO Max shows that are going on, like Book of Boba Fett. You got Peacemaker coming out. I mean, really, this is a prime time for content because fans are getting what they really want. They're really kind of doing a lot of fan services we talked about in the side note, with Spider-Man No Way Home, stuff like that. Yeah. But sorry, I'm CJ. You're being very gracious and just letting me talk as much as I want. I think you're just trying to let me get it out. I've been holding in a lot of stuff over the past 2 months. Catch up, dude.
I actually had a Peacemaker topic I could bring up real quick.
Peacemaker it's great. I mean, we watched the Suicide Squad on here, right? Didn't we watch the new one? Yeah, and so this is a continuation of that. And I mean, I really enjoyed John Cena. I had somebody, I can't remember who it was, but they're like, "Oh no, I don't like John Cena." I was like, "Watch it, just watch it. If you like the new Suicide Squad," he's like, It's like, just John Cena's hilarious. He's doing a great job. He is. I mean, obviously, with pro wrestling, you are going to have bits of acting in there. But I think he is making the same transition The Rock did. He's doing a great job. He knows, where he kind of stands, because that's what The Rock did too. I mean, he had a lot of action movies, and then once he kind of got the hang of like a little bit of comedy acting, I mean, you kind of had that in the wrestling, but it was more like tongue in cheek, like.
Well, you have The Rock. And then he's going through his persona of like, you're a big action star. That's what he got to start off like that. And then after a while, we'll move you. And then he slid into comedy, and what's the, like, Get Shorty, and then Be Cool, kind of. Or no, I think he was in Be Cool, not Get Shorty. He was in Be Cool. And then, and then he got lucky and he met Kevin Hart. And then they just been making the same damn movie just 80 times.
Yeah,
And
but it works, man, because they're
yeah,
hilarious together.
yeah. I'm just saying
Uh,
one of those. I mean, they make a lot of movies, so one of those has got to
well,
be something that strikes to me. What I'm trying to say about the Peacemaker. What Peacemaker to me is, and this is a movie podcast, so we talk movies. But a Peacemaker to me, like I was like, oh, okay, they're doing a sequel spinoff, regardless whether I like John Cena or not. 10, 20 years from now, when we look back at Suicide Squad, this is where the time where they're. I'm looking at it like I'm sorry, they're gonna be like, oh, I wish we would have had Peacemaker and John Cena because they hit right like it's just perfect prime time for that character in John Cena and they're milking it. But at
yeah,
the same time, it's like you don't have to go back and be like, oh, I wish no they did. This is what it did.
yeah,
They're
it
curving the path.
happened.
So like in the past, like even like we're about to jump into Birdman, where they're talking about that's why I turned down Birdman 20 years ago
Yeah,
because like it's like, well, what would have happened if there was a Birdman 4? Like what it would have happened, like right now with Tobey Maguire, like just today I was warming up and I was like, dude, what if we do get I mean, they keep saying I think no, but what if we do get a Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4?
yeah. I mean, it's
I,
technically MCU canon now. I mean,
is that how that
so
works? Is that
it does. it
if you
actually
use this,
does
is it because of
because
the actor or is it
no,
because
it's because it's part of the multiverse.
no, no,
Um,
I know that, but how do you bring
yeah.
in something before the MCU? Because you could easily bring X-Men in because it's
Oh, well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's because it's the multiverse. Because you have different
oh, that's true,
universes that
that's true, that's true.
because like that's the Rami or Raimi verse, and then you have the web verse, and then you have MCU Spider-Man. And so now that MCU has all these multiverses, because
Mhm.
eventually they're owned by Disney, they're going to get all the rights back. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time or a matter of money, whichever comes first. And so, what you're going to be able to do is that is technically an MCU movie now because it is part of a different universe that is in MCU. Is that am I
It
making any
makes
kind of
sense. No, it
sense?
does. It does. It's because I see it like it's like a fan opens up, and then you
Yeah,
have like things coming in, and not all things have to come in. And also, like I mean, like it's like slits, like in the timeline. We can like
yeah.
bring things in. But I wonder what the Doctor Strange, Multitude of Madness, is that what it's
Oh,
called?
dude, Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse
We're
of
gonna
Madness.
see X-Men. We're gonna see. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's been a rumor that Tom Cruise is gonna be the most powerful Iron Man that we've ever seen.
I've
Uh,
heard. I've heard
and honestly, man, I would love to see that. I think that would be so cool if they bring in stuff like
Tom
that.
Cruise.
Yeah, I mean, that's a cool little cameo that if people really love it, you can go take that wherever you want. Tom
Dude,
Cruise could get. I mean, and I was asking a buddy of mine the other day. I was like, so with are there any like in the MCU universe saying that we have been with the same story, the same universe the whole time? Since we do have multiverses. So I guess the example I would use is the Edward
Hulk.
Norton, excuse me, I don't want to offend him. Edward Norton Hulk, is that in the same universe as where the Avengers happened? You know what I'm saying? Because
They kind of did do that. They kind of did that like a rewrite character.
yeah,
Like
and so is it possible for that for the Avengers 2012 to not be in the same universe as Edward Norton? And then that way it kind of makes the Mark Ruffalo change and also the Don Cheadle and
that's true.
Terrence Howard
Man.
change.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
like oh man, I'm gonna be
Oh
in that
man.
second movie, man.
Man.
Uh,
A man
but
gotta do what a man gotta do.
but like I think that's an interesting thing to kind of look at now is like if there's things in the MCU saying like, oh, this is the same Earth, like, but you really don't know that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the cool thing is like that's what's so beautiful about the MCU is it's vague but very specific at the same time.
But you can
You
keep up
know,
with it, and it's like
you
I'm seeing
can.
them and now because the technology is so easy. Like you
Yeah,
and I can make a movie that looks decent with breaking effects that beats blows out anything in the '90s,
yeah,
and you know what I mean. Like so, I see these now as comic books, like graphic novels that you could easily just boom, 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 boom. Like forever, I love storyboards because I didn't realize I grew up reading comic books and storyboards or comic books in a way. I was gonna go over my before we get started real quick. I was gonna go over my list of movies that I have on my phone that I don't own
Yes.
on. I mean, I own some of these on hard copy, but a lot of them I've also gotten because they were like dollar under $5. So I was like, dude, I have to own it. Other
Yeah.
than these two, Babe and Babe Pig in the City, for obvious reasons for the child.
Yeah.
So I
Sure.
paid full price on
Look,
those. I mean,
listen, James Cromwell is a genius. You know, he went vegan after Babe. He said, I can't eat these things anymore. They're too precious.
well, a freaking girl I dated that was trying to make me go vegan showed me a slaughter thing, which did kind of get me because the castration thing's kind of messed up. But then I realized I was like, yeah, but then we'd have to stop eating everything. And
Yeah.
if you see it, yeah, if I see my food before I eat it, yeah, it's gonna be a little
Oh,
different.
dude, no, I grew up on a ranch. We had a cow break its leg, and we butchered it. Like we we
Well,
had to
there's no. I
string it
mean,
up.
that's the point of
And
the
so
cow.
and you know what's crazy, man? I'm still eating red meat. Like it didn't phase me at all. Like I mean, there's a few things, there's a few images that are like burned in there, but it's not like I'm like, oh, not gonna eat that. Now the terrible part is like we had a process and everything, but we were deworming them whenever it
Yeah.
happened. We had them in the chute and it broke its leg, and so anyway, it had like tainted the meat, so we couldn't even eat the meat. Like
Well,
we tried one steak and we were like, nope,
that's what the whole Kobe thing is. Kobe beef, Kobe, because
Kobe,
they Kobe,
yeah,
Kobe and
Kobe,
Dallas, Kobe and Dallas.
Kobe
Kobe, my
Dallas.
man. I think it's because it what do you call
Where
it?
where did he learn to negotiate like that? Uh,
Oh, just like
that's yeah, that's
Fifth
one of my
Element. God.
favorite quotes. Well,
So,
that and Aziz Light.
where's that one
That
from?
that was from Fifth Element too at the very
Dude,
beginning.
oh,
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. That's right. Because Luke Perry. Oh, think about. So I have. Well, let's go into the show because I
let's
was.
do
We're
it.
kind of.
Let's
But
okay, movies.
I have Michael Keaton in my thing like crazy because I mean I only have one Robert Downey Jr. movie. I have Scanner Darkly from We Did It because it was a
Uh-huh.
dollar or something, and so I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
and so I got a couple of Robert Downeys in here, but I was like, man, I love Michael Keaton. Other than Bedazzled and Basketball, right here at the top, I have Beetlejuice, Birdman, Clean and Sober, Gung Ho. Those are just four that I own on my phone but I do have those DVDs. I even have like Dream Team. I have The Founder. Like I love Michael Keaton. He's just one of my favorite actors. And for him to actually, when it was what Birdman's 2014, oh
Yes.
no,
Yeah.
when
2014.
it was made, like it's like all right, I was like, God, it's almost 10 years old. It's insane.
I know.
Um, like
Avengers is 10 years old this year.
oh wow, it's age. Yeah, it's 10. It's a
Yeah.
10. Yeah, that's Birdman or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, 2014, rated R, 1 hour 59 minutes. Comedy drama. A washed-up superhero actor attempts to revive his fading career by writing, directing, starring in a Broadway production. Director Alejandro G. Inatru. Writers Alejandro G. Inarritu. Nicolas
Sorry, I messed it up for you.
Gian Corban, Alejandro Alexander, sorry, Dina Laris. Stars Michael Keaton, Zach Galifianakis, and Edward Norton. The only reason I know Zach Galifianakis' name is because it says it all the time, so it's easy to like get it. And we're putting it up with Porco Rosso,
The,
1992 PG, 1 hour 34 minutes. What's up?
so I Porco Rosso, I was like, man, that doesn't like that sounds like red
Meat.
pig. Yeah. Well, and in the beginning, like I rewatched it and it said the Crimson Pig, like that's its name. But I guess that's Italian for Crimson Pig. It's Porco Rosso.
Yeah.
Continue. I'm so sorry.
No,
I
that's
just wanted to
you're
throw
right.
that
No,
in
no,
there.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Animation, adventure, comedy. In 1930s Italy, a veteran World War One pilot is cursed to look like a anthropomorphic pig. Director Hayao Miyazaki, writer Hayao Miyazaki, stars Shiru Moriyama, Tukiko Katu, and Banshi Katsuravi. That's not bad.
No. You
Not
know,
bad.
and the great thing about you saying those is I can't critique you because I don't know if you said them right or not. Um,
I'm just going by the diet.
that was a bold jump, sir, and I applaud you for going there. My face was just like I couldn't even help it. I was just impressed.
What's gonna trip
You
me
did
out
a
is like
great
in
job.
thank you. What's gonna trip me out in 10 years? there's gonna be a Japanese guy listening to this and being like, he said it in Korean. I said because he thought it was in Korean. It's gonna be like that damn Mexican. You forget. It's like,
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
I know it sucks, right? You can't even say anything because you fall into that blanket of. Dude, that sucks. Ben's a cool guy, everybody. That's why I still hang out with him. He's a good friend of mine. And last week, and I'll say this before we even eventually get started, I'll say that we took kind of a me day. We just hung out.
Yeah.
It was we I needed it. I needed to unwind because this time well, for everybody, whatever we're going through, it's adjusting, adapting, and sometimes you're hitting a target and you think it's eventually gonna give way and break, and it doesn't, and you just got to keep going. And Ben could tell, and he kind of did the whole, hey, enough, let's just chill. We don't need to, and he's right. And people are here to listen to a podcast about Michael Keaton, Birdman, and Porco Rosso. The only reason I didn't really want to put this as a Michael Keaton episode, and even though they're both Michael Keaton based, is because Cole and I picked it. And oh no, Cole and I picked Birdman. I had to pick another movie, so I picked Porco Rosso. Then Cole couldn't come back because of conflicts of schedule, and then you came back. So I was like, you know what? We'll just call it for what it is.
Well, and isn't that kind of how we got Cole into it too? What were the first two movies y'all did?
Mission to
Mission.
Mars and Red Planet.
And I feel like that me and you had talked about doing something like that before we left. Like it was. I feel like that. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm
No,
mistaken.
no, we did.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool that it just like kind of it was a nice smooth transition. Like, thank you again, Cole. We really appreciate you stepping in and helping out there during those winter months and holiday times.
Dude, it really
So
it helps extend. It did. It gave us
yeah.
those time. I didn't realize how important it was. But you're right. Thank you, Cole.
Well, and how cool is it too that we have another co-host? So that means we can bring three people in here and be like,
Yeah.
hey, let's talk about movies. If we ever want to do side by side.
There you go. Well, also,
we get we could all
no,
pick
we get
three
Cole.
movies. Yeah.
And then the thing is, I had Mona, but Mona's schedule has been like so. Just to bring her to do rewatch right now, we took us a couple weeks to get things. Even this past I mean, it sucks because I've had to cancel twice on hers when she was ready,
Yeah.
and so it's just like scheduling now. But it's always like the way the year ends, where the holidays hit hard, and
Yeah.
then January, and it's just like January,
Yep.
and then it's like all I know is I have Cedar
It's
Fever.
January for like 3 months.
Yeah.
And then because I think that's interesting because it all kind of speeds up and then it just slows down to a crawl, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and
That's that's a good way to see it. Yeah.
yeah, and I think it's not necessarily that time's going by faster or anything. It's just like you look forward to Christmas, you look forward to Thanksgiving, and it's like you want it to get here so fast, and you get your wish. Like it gets here fast, and then it's over, and then what do you have to look forward to? January? Oh, it's just
Yeah.
cold and the start of the year. You may have some New Year's resolutions. Those are good things to look forward to. But typically, the start of the year is kind of like, bleh, you
It
know?
is like, and I think getting started with just like I think it's always good to start off with January is like a good month that just if you want if you want to start a new job, that's the time. If you want to pick up a new hobby, that's the time. If
Yep.
you want to learn something, that's the time. Honestly, it's weird because the way I feel we're programmed, it's like the fall is like the beginning because we don't go to school until the fall, so it feels like that's the beginning of the year, and it's not. And we're based on school. So a lot of it feels like that, but I think January. I mean, I think I like it like that because I feel like if it was like January's the beginning of school and then December's the end, like it would just feel like a grind. Like
Yeah.
you'd never everything would feel the same. At least this way, it's different. So I do like it. I'm not saying I don't, but like trying to pick up new habits or dropping old habits. Like I think January, February, are like those good times. But I think once March the spring hits, it's like it's go time.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be interesting, man. I feel like, you know, coming into the next decade or so, I think the way that kids learn are going to be it's not going to be the same anymore. Teachers I have quite a few teacher friends and I just don't see the education system staying the way it is and being able to function uh in a real way. I think in 10 years, I mean, not not to not to shit on teachers or anything, but you could stick a kid in front of a computer and they'll learn something. they'll pick something up. You can sure learn a lot from TikTok videos and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think the teacher role can be, you don't have that interaction, you don't have but I think that's just the direction we're heading. It may not be necessarily what we need, but I think it's definitely heading that way. And you
Yeah.
just monitor it at home, and you just knock out school. Um, but dude, that's the thing that I don't really, like I said, that's the way I see it going. It's not necessarily the way I'd like it to be because
We'll see.
I
We'll see. We'll see where we're going because like things
yeah
like this, like theater, like where I work at the theater, and they're constantly like they shut down because of the obvious reasons,
yeah
and proximity with, amongst the people and whatnot. But it's like you have to have that feel. You can't just put like even like a movie theater shut down, you know. But like a theater, stage theater, like you need the people, you need the feedback, you need the ambiance. It's a crazy energy. Like I run the tech. I'm a guy behind the booth, but I've been on stage enough where I'm like, oh, I get it. I see why people do this. This is like a weird, immediate fucking high. Like it's insane how like you've got your performance down so well. You can f all your freaking problems and you go on stage and you just let it out and then you go back to your bullshit. But this whole that moment that you're on stage and the people give you that oh, those like reactions, like people love it. And it is one of the prime, like it is prime for video and for movies, for film. It's a theater, but like I feel a lot of people have control over it. One thing I love about Birdman, and I'll say this, is me being a kid that's been in theaters since junior high, and then also I was the sports kid that also I'm the jock thespian jumping back and forth. So I never really hung out too much in theater at downtime or at the gym because I was always back and forth. So with this movie, I like that you get to see the director's point of view through everything because he also
yeah.
wrote it. Alejandro wrote the movie, so the fact that we're going through it, even the technical part of this is a one shot movie,
I was just about to say I love that about this movie.
and he doesn't ever like I don't know. There's probably some interviews there. The interviews I've seen, he definitely doesn't really talk about it too much because it's a technique that's done before.
Yeah,
He liked it, but I like the fact he says, "Oh yeah, you can tell that there's like you can tell whether we come around an angle. There's like he pinpointed some parts like there's a cut right there. You just can't you can tell. Just you get so caught up in the movie, who cares? Like,
yeah. No,
but
you
he's
really
also
do. You really do.
but it was also like but that's why I like the fact that he didn't focus on the technical part. He focused more on the story.
Mhm.
And when you and that means he's had to have some experience back there. I mean, I was just as I'm rewatching it right now, and you know the Edward Norton character as Mike Shiner, like
Yeah.
god damn man, like there's people like that, like
Well, I think it's yeah. I feel like with Michael Keaton and Edward Norton's characters, that's like a parody of themselves almost. Where Edward Norton really gets
oh
he
yeah,
gets into
method, yeah.
yeah, and so drinking on stage and everything like that, and then you have Michael Keaton where he did play Batman. I mean, he was one of those big stars. Had the potential to keep on going and could have made 10 more Batmans, and we would have a totally different DC universe right now. Um, but he stopped at two, and then you got Val Kilmer and George Clooney twice. Um, and yeah, because there were five Batmans made, right?
No,
Batman
there's
Returns.
four. It's
Did no
Batman.
he went? Didn't he do Batman Returns?
It was Batman, Batman Returns, and then it's Batman Forever, and then Batman and Robin.
So George Clooney only did one.
Yeah, because of Val Kilmer and George Clooney.
Oh,
Yeah, because then
for some reason I thought Clooney did too.
Chris O'Donnell comes out in both of them. So Robin is in Batman
Oh,
Forever,
he's in
and
the.
he's the connecting dot. Alicia Silverstone plays
Oh,
Batgirl.
okay. So Chris O'Donnell was in the Val Kilmer one and in the George Clooney one.
Yeah,
That's so weird, man. Like they
and
didn't they didn't even bat an eye at recasting the main character.
yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, the thing is, you kind of get. I mean, Beetlejuice is Tim Burton and Michael Keaton, and then you get Batman, and then Batman Returns, and then by this point, Tim Burton had his boy Johnny Depp's in the wings, so he
Yeah.
basically practiced with Michael Keaton, and then jumped in with Johnny Depp, and then wrote their career together, and did the same Helen Bonet Carter roles for his wife, and then roles for Johnny Depp, and just kind of worked. And I mean, if I as a filmmaker, dude, I love Tim Burton, so
Yeah.
if he's doing that and it works, dude, go for it. Like it's awesome. But like like Edward Norton when he got I think it's called Primal Fear. I want to rewatch that movie. I haven't seen it in a
I have,
in a
yeah,
minute.
Richard Gere,
Did
Gere,
you hear
and
how he got that audition, or have you seen the video?
no,
There's an
uh,
audition tape for that. He fucking went in there like the character already in, like he didn't introduce himself as Edward Norton or anything. He went in as the character, and then when he did the audition, he did that scene with Richard Gere where he's attacking him,
mhm.
and when he's like, "You're my lawyer" or whatever. Like he did that to the director or the casting agent. He went at him, and he went to the point where people went and got security and grabbed them and pulled him and stuff. And he's like, "Wait, I'm playing, I'm joking." And they're like, "Oh crap!" And I think he left that mark on them. But I don't know. I would look up Edward Norton real quick. I think we'd have to call him Ed Norton if we were friends with him. But Edward Norton.
Right,
My
yeah,
friends call
Ed, good old Ed.
me Ed.
Now we have some repeat offenders.
Oh, we do.
Okay, we have Emma Stone, Zach Galifianakis.
And
I feel like Amy Ryan is a repeat offender. Was she in The Big Short or something like that?
Amy Ryan. Let me check her out real quick.
Yeah.
I think so. That does sound like a very familiar. Because I just want to see, when did Edward Norton start? Primal Fear was his own. Well, he had one video thing called Only in America. He played three people. He played Dwan, James, and Bruno. Then he had then he plays Primal Fear where he plays two people, Aaron and Roy, which is the same person. I'm wondering if these are the same people. But so he died. So that was his first movie. So that's how he got into the scene. I mean, he is a theater guy though. It seems like it, right? I mean, American History X.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, Keeping the Faith is a funny one. That's a Ben Stiller movie. Motherless Brooklyn, is that the one with?
That's the one he wrote. He directed
Oh, I
and
haven't
starred
seen
in.
it. I need to watch
Me
it.
neither. Uh,
2019, yeah. But the
yeah,
fact that he's
I
making
guess
fun of,
I guess we haven't had Amy Ryan on here before.
she hasn't been on there.
I don't think so.
Um, what else have we had? Repeat offenders. I thought we had quite a few.
I think we did. It, let's see. Porco Rosso. Have we had Brad Garrett before?
Hey Raymond,
Right?
what did I say? Hey
That's
Raymond, we haven't had
yeah.
Brad Garrett. We haven't had him, but I'll say this: I knew it was him to the very end. I waited just to see his name, and I was like, "Fucking Brad Garrett." He has a he.
I Yeah, I was like, at first I thought that was the guy who plays Patrick in SpongeBob. I was like, oh, that's like, it took me a while to be like, no, that's Brad Garrett. Like yeah, it took me a second
Yeah,
to remember that.
I
But he
realized I haven't.
oh man, he's got himself a sweet little gig with Jimmy John's right now. With the
He plays an
Jimmy
Italian.
John's. Dude,
He plays like
that's just hilarious. I
he
love
plays
it.
the Jersey, like the Jersey boss though.
Yep.
Hey, he's got, yeah. I'm not
We
upset.
use the stale bread because you love it. All right. And
I'll say this with Brad Garrett. We went to Vegas to go see his stand up, but then it switched. So we went to go watch it on Thursday, and then he's like, "Oh, he's not gonna be here till Friday." So I just took a bunch of edibles and watched the other comedians, which I didn't get to remember, but still, it was fun. It was a great time. But I was like, oh, I want to go see Brad Garrett. He's tall. He's like 6'8", 6'7".
yeah,
He's a
he's a
tall
big dude.
dude. Apparently, he was a TGIF Fridays, just a waiter, employee server.
Really.
I mean, come on, that is massive. But when he was younger,
What can I
apparently
get for you today? Like,
he's
welcome to
"Hey,
TGI
Raymond,
Fridays.
welcome. What do you want? Goddammit. No, but he's the opposite. Apparently he's very like light on his toes. He was like, hey, how's it going? Welcome, come on in. Like he was very welcoming, and everybody enjoyed his presence. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty cool that you got like a guy like that, like at TGF. I mean, I love chili still. I haven't been to Applebee's in years, but like I worked at Applebee's when I was in high school, so I could see where it's like, all right, this is the job, but let's have fun with it. Um, yeah, Brad Garrett. What is he? Does he doesn't he just he's just kind of known because it was stand up, right?
Everybody loves Raymond. I mean, I
But
think,
that's what I'm saying, right? But I mean, that's from the '90s. So like, how's he been
yeah.
around now? Like, it's really starting to trip me out how people stay relevant.
Well, I
Because
mean, he
like,
was in this before. I mean, he must have been a voice actor or something. I can imagine he was. He has a great deep voice. But hey, tell you what, CJ, if you don't mind holding it down for just 1 second, I will
hold it
be
down.
back in just a moment.
Put the thumbnail going up. This is what I got it for. I was gonna say I forgot to put it. All right, let's see. Let's do a little research on Mr. Brad Garrett. I am a Brad Garrett fan, and that means I need to know more. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring up Carrie Elwes is in this movie too. But if we just go to his IMDb, now IMDb is gonna be more of I guess the archives, and you could get some trivia and some other things. But I want to see how he got. Did he do a lot of voiceover when he got started? Let's see, he's got it. Let's see, he's got '90s credit. Does he go into the '80s? He's got a lot of '90s credits. Damn, he's got a lot. He does. He starts in the '80s. Well, look at this. He came out in Transformers: Five Faces of Darkness video 1986. Tri Triptychon. What the? What is this? I'm a huge Transformers fan. Why do I not know what this is? Maybe I have seen. I just can't remember it. Oh, this is one of those. Oh, this is one of those straight to the VHSs. Oh, maybe I gotta show you real quick. See, I'm learning how this. I mean, I've learned I can do stuff here. So let's find the tab real quick. Look at this. This is a pretty cool tab. Look at that. Transformers: Five Faces of Darkness, fully animated. I did own this when I was a kid. There he goes. FHE. Yeah, that's straight to. Those are straight to the VHS. I was gonna say DVD. No, it was straight to what I'm trying to say is they weren't in the theaters, main theaters. But that's awesome. So he did start off as a voice actor. I'm learning as you go. Now I gotta catch up. That's what it is. It's been too long for me. Let's see. We're going. He did start. So he started off as a voice actor, and this thing is not rated at. You know, I'm happy that we stumbled across this because this really helps me out. Helps me out. This really makes me understand that I gotta go find that stuff that I used to love watching. So he even comes back as in the TV series. He's part of Transformers. He's in the real. He started off as acting as a voice actor. What is this? The Hulk Hogan Rock and Roll Wrestling TV series. What? Look at this. Look, you guys are just coming with me. If you go on to IMDb, you can find the most amazing things on this thing called the internet. Mighty Max, the TV series. He was a voice actor. These are shows. Bobby's World. Mr. Brad Garrett, I have to give you way more credit than I've been giving you. You deserve way more. That's why he has so many nights. Because when you get a bunch of these voiceover credits, like you're in the movie, you totally are. But it's not like a movie set where you go and visit. You go even if you're just going for a day to shoot. You still you physically still time travel. I mean time travel. You still have to travel. But with this stuff, I mean it was a lot easier back then. You don't have to prepare. You don't. I mean unless you're an actor like we're talking about being a method actor where you have to go full character in order to feel that you can encompass this person that you really want to portray on the screen. It's wow. Let's get into the trivia. That's cool. Like that's kind of a CJ found thing that he found and loves, wanted to share. All right, let's see, and let's see what I can learn from the IMDb trivia. The first thing it says, because the movie was carefully rehearsed and shot in sequence, editing only took 2 weeks. Exactly right. Oh my god, the editor, dude, I hope they got paid a lot of money for just sitting there doing that. There are only 16 visible cuts in the entire film. Given the usual style of filming long takes, Edward Norton and Michael Keaton kept running tally of flubs made by the actors and actresses. Emma Stone made the most mistakes. Zach Galifianakis made the fewest. He actually did mess up a few lines during the filming, but played his mistakes off well enough that the shots were included in the film. Improv acting, son of a bitch. And it also shows you about I'm an improv actor. I love it. The movie was largely shot inside Broadway's St. James Theater. Michael Keaton and the rest of the cast had to adapt to Alejandro G. in Naruto, rigorous shooting style, which required them to perform up to 15 pages of dialogue at a time while hitting precisely choreographic marks. See, that's okay. So as an actor and as an actor, and just if I would have to do this, it doesn't. You're just going up there memorizing lines. It has to be perfect every time in this style. That's why up here when I'm reading, hello Ben. That's why when I'm reading, I haven't had headphones on yet. That's why when I'm reading doing the trivia on I'm doing the trivia on Birdman, and I'm finding out here because it's always gonna be like that where you think like you're like, who do you think messed up the most on all those takes on Birdman, and who do you
Edward
think
Norton.
And who do you think messed up the least?
Michael Keaton.
All right. Well, there's actually a definitive answer here. It said, given the unusual style of filmmaking long takes, Edward Norton and Michael Keaton kept a running tally of flubs made by actors and actresses. So that's cool that you actually picked two of the guys that are in this trivia. Emma Stone made the most mistakes. Zach Galifianakis made the fewest. He actually did mess up a few lines during the filming, but played his mistakes off enough that the shots were included in the film. So he improved. So this is theater. So
Yeah.
Emma Stone was probably in this. I don't know, but it's probably in the mindset. If I was her and I'm her age around this
Sh-
time, with her experience, she was probably used to being more like, all right, at this take you say this, at this we
mhm.
need this. You know, like you literally can hold the camera in an angle and have her cry like 10 times and be like, oh, that's the best take. That's But in this style, this is theater performance. You have to have your lines memorized. You have to go in there. I mean, even when we did Tropic Thunder, like, well, did y'all read the script? No. Like it's
Nope.
like that's like you know what I mean. The things connect. Like actors. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've done that too. I've been on sets. The scripts I didn't. I mean, I read. I just didn't memorize. I didn't fully
Yeah.
understand until I got there. But also, it's like, well, you do have a small role, so you learn it now. I was like, all right, cool. But like like we'll really get into it. But I was like, oh crap, like you want to, but if you, I was looking at Brad Garrett's freaking IMDb. He has a lot of stuff,
I don't doubt it. If he
and
was working at TGI Fridays, he knows how to hustle. He's going to
dude.
get those jobs.
But guess what? He was hustling in the entertainment industry.
Commercials.
Dude, TV series. Guess what?
Huh.
Animated cartoons.
156 credits. That's impressive.
Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get a lot
Was
because
he Eeyore in the new Christopher Robin movie?
he's got to be because I think it's in the background. What year did that come out? It's like in the background of his IMDb.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, he was. It was 2018.
18. All right, that's yeah.
He was even Eeyore and Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Why
Single
why
parents. All right.
why is Eeyore get the most crap?
Because he's full of shit, dude. He's a
Why can't
He's a donkey. Oh, dude. Yeah, he was he was the voice of Gusteau in Ratatouille.
Ratatouille? I'll tell you this much.
Ratatouille.
There's nothing wrong with being Eeyore. If a guy wants to be a little depressed, let him be depressed. It's
Yeah.
not his fault y'all want to hang out. Hey Bear.
Uh,
Transformers: Five Faces of Darkness was his first credit here, and he plays Tripticon.
oh, Brad Garrett is a repeat offender, bro.
Where are we missing? Where am I missing him from? Let me
An
guess. Let me guess.
extremely goofy movie.
Oh, he's the guy. He's
Yeah.
the back the buddy, like not the like the
Tank.
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 Yes. Remember, right?
Yep.
We did. Oh my god, yeah. See, I need to go back and listen to her. You know what? This is why we need the clips. I need to get on the clips because I can't. I sit
Oh, he
down and
was
listen.
also in A Bug's Life. That's cool. I didn't
What was
know
he in
that.
Bug's Life?
His name was Dim. I guess he was probably one of the grasshoppers.
So he got in on, and see, this is why Side by Side works so well. We're talking about a movie, and we're also dissecting it, and we're doing our research here and there. We're just hanging out. We're having a conversation. We're figuring out, how did this happen? How did we get here? I did catch something that I didn't catch out of all times I've seen this movie, and I've seen this movie a lot. I caught the part where, oh my god, such a funny line, where the guy, what's his name, Jerry, he gets hit in the head with
Yeah.
the light. Let me see what is this. Let's give him some love. Was that his name though? Was it Jerry? Yeah, Ralph. It's played by Jeremy Shamos. I didn't notice because Michael Keaton does say, I did that, I made that happen,
Yeah.
but I never noticed that his eyes they track up before it happens. Like so he did do it. He did knock he knocked the light on his head. And that line he says, "Come on, man, the blood coming out of his ears was the best acting." That's so messed up, man. But it's kind of like, and I love that they show that scene with Edward Norton, with Mike and what do you call it? I don't even know freaking Michael Keaton's name in this movie, Riggin. How
Yeah,
Mike and
right?
Riggin, how they redo that scene again, but they do it their way. Now that's kind of I don't know, man. It's kind of like it's a repeat, but it shows you what you can do with just on the spot, and that just shows you how good like that character is, Mike Shiner. But he's also a piece of shit. Like
Yeah.
he's also like But I think you got to be like that to be that good. I mean that's the thing that screwed me up when I first watched this movie. Like, is that his wife? Is that his ex-wife? That's his sister? Because she says we shared a vagina. So all that nasty shit, he like it's like weird.
Wait,
Like
who's his sister?
in the movie, no, Naomi Watts is his sister.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
No way.
I don't,
100% that's his sister?
in the movie.
No, I know. Dude, no way.
Why the,
Because
but that's
they no, they shared a vagina. Like they both. I thought they both. It was like Eskimo brother kind of thing.
oh man. So this is okay. So This is
I
why I keep
don't
getting
think they
stuck.
would.
This is why I
They
keep
wouldn't do
the only time I've heard that phrase "we share a vagina" is when siblings tell it to each other, or "we shared a womb" is the specific one I've heard.
Yeah,
Now,
but
when I hear
he didn't say womb, did he?
no, he said she says we shared a vagina.
Yeah,
Now with me that makes me feel like
that
uh
sounds like a threesome.
no, no, I didn't. Yeah, that does sound like that. What I thought now I'm thinking is that it's her vagina she's talking about. See, it's confusing to me. Like it's because he does
I
a
don't
couple.
think they're siblings. I don't think
I
that
I'm trying to say, dude. I don't think so. But why did she say that line?
because
And they're like brother,
she's
but the,
bisexual. That's what I kind of figured it was. Because doesn't she kiss
that's
the other
right.
girl later?
Damn it. See, that's right. Holy shit, this movie's so like I still trip on this. So because it's interpreted. How do you interpret this? And I'm seeing them like, dude, this guy's like his sister or what? Because that's what I took it as. And every time I talk because me
Damn,
and
bro,
mom,
you'd been watching Game of Thrones too much. You were like, all right, so you
yeah,
got
like I
just
watch. I'm the guy that doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
well,
I'm
you're
the
sure picking up a lot of stuff from the show.
why did
That's
I
all
saw
I'm
the
saying.
first. What did I tell you? I saw the first episode and I was
And
into it.
it hurt you so bad that everybody's getting
No,
with their
I
sister.
saw I saw I
Okay.
saw with the thought. What's it called? Thought. Game of Thrones. I know. Game of
Uh,
Thrones. No.
yeah, God. No, it's
So
just GOT, bro. You don't say God. That's weird.
what do you call it? No, I'm just gonna say this about Game of Thrones. Like I said before, I've always said like this. I didn't get
Right.
into it because
Mhm.
I was enjoying the episode until the guy bangs his sister at the end. I said, nope, not for me,
Yeah.
and I stopped watching it. Now you're now picking on me. Now I'm gonna defend myself and say these are the same people that liked that Luke and Leia kissed. It's the same
Yeah.
generation of people. That's
Yeah.
sister. That's sibling right there. I'm not making
Well,
that up.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. How many times have you seen this movie?
Birdman a lot. So every time
Yeah.
I watch it, I'm watching it with different. Like they're now like right now, I'm
But
watching it, when I watch it again.
but
I'm like,
you thought they were brother and sister for the
because
longest time,
just
but
for
you were
no,
okay with it in Birdman, but in Game of Thrones, no, it's too much.
no, because I saw no. When did Game of Thrones come out?
2011.
Exactly, I saw that right away. This one came out in 2014. So when I saw this, I was kind of like Game of Thronesy, but I didn't allow it. I didn't say. I just thought like, I'm sorry, it's still unclear to me. Is it why does she say that line? Can you?
Because they shared a, she has I would naturally assume. I don't even want to put you may be right.
No,
This
but
may be some crazy incestual stuff going on here, buddy, but I think it's just that they had a threesome or something like that. They
that too,
shared
and also too
yeah.
because what do you call it? I understand why they say we share a womb and not a vagina,
Yeah.
because it's you can share the womb and then a C-section and you don't all come out through. But I'm just like they're older. I that's where my mind goes with that because that's like I'm like why like we share a vagina and I didn't think about her being a lesbian because you got to watch through it to the end and you got to collect it. I
And
see the
next
movie.
we'll talk about why the incestual stuff hitches so hard in Game of Thrones. That'll be our next topic today on Side by Side. No,
The
uh,
deeper, the deeper,
the
the deeper
deeper meaning.
understandings, the deeper meanings of shit we shouldn't be
we're, gonna,
deeping into.
we're gonna
Like,
dig into why CJ said no way when they said, "All right, let's get together." No, that's that's interesting. No, this Birdman is it's like you said, it's such a theatrical movie. It's kind of over the top, but it isn't like
but
it's
it's
what you
showing
would
you.
expect a Broadway production to be like, and you get the entirety of it. There's no breaks. It is all about like, and I think that maybe what he's trying to stress too is like when you're the director, you get no breaks.
Oh
It's
yeah.
all he didn't have like a cutaway of he's not dealing with the play at this point. No, he's dealing with it for the entirety of this movie. And what is it like 3 days, 3 to 4 days,
Yeah, but let me. Yeah, no, it's 3 days. But let me tell you
three
this:
days? Yeah.
he not it doesn't have to be Broadway for this. This happens in like church theater, dude. This happens in
No,
all
no.
theaters.
Oh, I thought you said on Broadway. I thought you said it wasn't on Broadway. I was like, oh no, she said
No,
it
no,
was.
no, no. It's not Broadway. But I'm saying, but like, I mean, it's not the St. James Theater. What I'm saying is any form of theater, high school,
It's gonna
mathletes,
have this.
whatever. I mean, not I don't know why I brought up mathletes. Sorry, anything like UIL. That's what I meant. Like UIL, anything like that. It's gonna be there's some weird ass shit to it, man. There's always some. So I'm watching the kiss scene, but see, that's the thing. She's not lesbian. It's the baby. It's the girl that's pregnant that kisses her. I'm watching it right here. Look, she doesn't.
Oh,
She does.
okay.
She doesn't even react to it. So that's what I'm saying.
Well,
I got
don't they kiss some more after that though?
I think they get into it, but it's not her. She's not leading it. It's the other chick.
Okay, so she didn't lead. All right, but she still was
She
like,
gets
all
into
right,
it. She still gets
yeah,
into it, but like I'm saying, like she didn't lead with it.
yeah. I still think that that my interpretation is probably the correct one, but you know, it's whatever it's whatever you want to see, CJ. It's fine.
I don't
It's
want to see that. I'm
I
connecting.
know, I
I'm
know you
connecting the
don't, but
dots. And
it's
I'm like,
yeah.
is that guy?
You're, you're
And I'm not even.
making you're putting dots on the
How am
movie,
I
man.
putting that? I'm questioning. Why can't I question that? Why can't I question that? I can't question that. Like, why does she say that line? We shared a vagina. I need to know. Let's go to Urban Dictionary. Let's find out what does that mean. What we have this whole thing called the internet built with people's opinions. It's all it is. Numbers, zeros, and opinions. What does
I'm gonna let you
we?
look it up because I feel like it'll be more satisfying. I think there's gonna be multiple meanings, man. It's probably both. Ah,
Let's see. Let's see. We share vagina. Interesting way to. This is off some random website. I didn't.
okay.
This is off Reddit.
Oh
So it
man.
says, "We share a vagina." Oh, why do all these pop-ups? No, I don't want to get away. I can't read. It says, "We share a vagina is an interesting way to be expressing your relationship with someone." Okay, well, who's that someone? It's like,
Well, maybe that's what they're saying is like,
well, yeah, it can be anybody. We share a vagina,
yeah,
like you know what I'm saying. Like Eskimo Brothers falls right under that.
yeah. It could be that, or maybe it was like you said earlier. She was talking about herself.
That too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, but now when I see it, I realize she's not lesbian. She's
No.
not into that, or
Maybe.
yeah, maybe more. You know, she's not into that stuff. But I don't. I don't. It's just, it's an ever ending. Like, what the hell is it? Here we go. Oh my God, February 2nd, 2015, on Twitter, when Naomi Watts said, "We share a vagina in Birdman." Am I the only one who initially thought that means she's Ed Norton's sister? Ha 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 ha.
I didn't say there weren't other weird
So
people out
there's
there
a
like you. I'm just saying.
there's a no. What I'm saying is there's a conversation about that, and
Oh,
the
it's,
fact that CJ is bringing the show into another freaking level. Let's see here.
what were the responses? What did they
Let's
say?
here. Take a look for yourself.
I don't have Twitter.
No, can't you look at the screen?
You read them to me.
Is it not? Is it not on the screen? Oh, hold on.
No, I'm not seeing
There
it.
we go.
All
There
right.
we go. Sorry. Still figuring it out.
Oh my goodness, I can't read that.
No, I'll read it to you, but you can see that dialogue bothered me, and when the motel scene started, I was so confused. Thank you.
Oh man, you put the cameras back on. I'm over here trying to read this. I didn't even see myself.
What are you? What are you doing? I'm on the other screen. What are you doing? I didn't mean to put the cameras back on. Here we go. There we go. I'm learning now. I'm learning how to do this. Okay, we're practicing from other shows too. Vagina. He want to say Virginia because I don't want to get, but vagina and crib. Maybe they were living in the same apartment, and it's more okay. No, metaphorical, like
That
sharing a
one's
girlfriend.
stupid. That
That's
was
the
a
one.
stupid answer. I'm sorry.
Ben, it leans more towards your kind of response.
No, it doesn't.
Isn't everything we do in life a way
That's
to
a
be?
terrible interpretation of the things I just said. No, sir.
Let's see. Let's see. I don't know. It's not really. It's not really sharing anything. Now people are just going dumb about this. Never mind. I'm sorry. Let me stop sharing this. There's nothing here.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Cool.
There we go.
Okay. Good.
I mean, it's a conversation from 2015. But there's nobody else that's talking.
The internet
about.
was still young. We had Vine.
Nobody. I mean, it has 7 retweets, 1 tweet quote, and then this random ass stupid response. This person put nope.
Nope.
That's my sister. I mean that's. I mean, I really like. What the hell? What does it mean? What does it all mean?
That's we
It's
we
confusing.
stuck on that for a while. But back to Birdman. It's no, it is pretty crazy. I never, even whenever I saw it the first time and saw it this time, and that never really crossed my mind. It was more like she was risque in her, bedroom stuff. That's all I kind of took it as.
I guess put it in my Latin roots there, where my Latino in me was like, okay, it's a sister, cool. And then when you get like, why are you trying to jump on your sister? Like, why? What is going on here? What is this? You specifically said you shared a vagina, but now in the theater world, we have to make believe everything. So I honestly think that's why theaters are very like they're not very friendly these days, and I think
Yeah.
it's because they use their imagination a lot and
Imagination.
imagine it, and I think they use it in real life, and sometimes it cross paths a little bit, and it
Yeah.
doesn't look that good. But I don't know. It's imagination's a crazy thing. That's one thing I do love about Birdman is like I don't even know how is this a sci-fi movie? Is this a? I mean, it's kind of a comedy. It's kind of a drama, if anything. It's
Yeah,
more.
I see it as all of those actually. I really love the shots in this movie. I think one of my favorite shots, I think it was in the trailer too, was all the jellyfish just laying there because you don't know what the hell that's about.
Oh yeah,
And then you hear the story and then you see that shot like a little bit after that. Um, and then you have him flying around once he jumps out of the window the first time, and you're like, okay, is he actually flying? Like that's the cool thing about this movie is you're like, what's actually happening here? Is he floating? Like,
did he
are
commit
is he doing
suicide?
these
Like,
things? Yeah, like it's almost, and it almost kind of had like Matrix Resurrection vibes, just a little bit. Like that's whenever I was watching this again, I was like, this is like kind of mind bending, you know? Like, is this really happening? And but you get things that kind of contradict it actually happening, right? Like whenever he's done flying and that cab driver's like, "Hey, you owe me a fare," and like
yeah.
so, um, it's kind of hard to tell. But then at the very end, you see Emma Stone looking up, and great thing about subtitles, man, it says Riggin laughs as like that's the last thing that you see
Oh, because you can't
on the
really hear it.
bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or you don't know who's laughing, you know? Like it's
that's
kind
true.
of but that's the last thing on the subtitles. So that maybe that's their way of like clearing it up. I don't know, but I always thought it was kind of ambiguous ending because he did. Emma Stone knows that he was trying to commit suicide.
Because
I feel
she's
like
done it.
yeah, and so I feel like that she really knows, and then if it didn't work and he actually got to commit suicide, she may be happy for him, you know?
Yeah. You said about
Um,
Sam, portrayed by Emma Stone, but yes, yeah,
yeah,
I think that because
yeah,
that character had like an OD issue, or like
yeah,
so
something
she
like
can
that.
relate to her father. That's
Hmm.
like, and that's another thing, the relationship between father and daughter in here, like the honesty, like the way they get to a certain point where your kid is like no longer your kid. It's like the person you spend time with, and yeah, it's like your friend. Like I look, that's why I say my parents. My parents are like basically my friends,
Yeah,
or I don't know, friends, but just like I don't. I'm like, I'm almost 40. It's kind
it's
of like
not the same dynamic as whenever you were
yeah, and
younger.
then you
Yeah,
have a kid too, so it's kind of like, hey, it's you have your ways, I get it, thank you, I have my ways. Let's figure out some kind of, where we all kind of balance out. But even like that with this movie, I do have my podcast on Monday, or my show on Monday nights, and I have a question for you because my show is My Manic Mondays. It's a movies and
yeah,
mental health show. Do you think this is a mental health movie because he has two personalities?
yeah. I do. I think it very much speaks to that as well. Just having like two different things going on in your head. And another thing, kind of bringing back our side note, with Norman Osborn in Spider Man.
Yeah,
I think it's the same kind of thing. Uh, but yeah,
I'm
no,
kind of
this
a
this movie,
scientist.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
kind of a scientist myself, Peter.
Um, but no, this movie is definitely about mental health. I think you see that from the very get go too. Is like the stress, the uh, people yelling at you, and it's not just all the stuff that's going on in his head. He's having to deal with the environment around him too. Is like being famous and people expecting this from you, and then people making fun of you because you are trying to do something new and different, and you have this, you know, cool little story. You have a reason why you were wanting to do theater, and this lady is just going to shit all over it.
It does,
And
man.
so it's not just like you do get that mental health aspect to it, but man, there's a lot of pressure pushing down on him too, and he's just trying to do a play. He's just trying to express himself in a way like I feel like he's trying to get back to his roots,
Yeah.
and he's just like he's broken. He's trying to fix himself, and they just keep beating him down more every time he tries to fix himself. It's like, well, what the hell, man? Like, what's even the point?
Dude, and also this is how film it feels too, man. Like you
Yeah,
get some people that could show up and they have these crazy ideas and they're finally on the film set and all you do is I just need you to hold this freaking microphone and they just get in the shot or it's like no, like listen, just do that. Like I understand on my part and I have messed up my other people's sets, trying to figure something out, then I should just literally just do what you're told. And it's to me like I just see like I'm watching the scene right here where Riggins and Mike get in the fight, and he's trying to teach him about talking to him about what do you call it, acting, and he telling him that fake story about his father, and he's like,
yeah,
"That's I know how to act." Look, and so I got I used to get in trouble for that back in the day to like because I was like I can't relate to a lot as I was getting older waiting tables, and I'd been at the same place for so long. I was like you literally just being lazy, like you're being you don't want to do you don't want to close or you don't want to do certain things because you're being lazy. So I would like act and get caught acting because I'd be like nah, I'd be basically bullshitting. But it's kind of like I'm like yeah I gotta get down to your level to feel or up to your level to your standards too. So you'll meet me and I like I'm an actor. You can act in life, but it's like when you're acting and no one else is acting, it's kind of messed up. But if it's if you can do that to help someone get something you need or help someone move on, you need to motivate them or you need something. But there's
yeah,
there's some things about there's movies like it's so real, it's so dark, it's so gritty, but it's masked about all this stuff. But this is what the theater's like, man. This is what filmmaking's like. This is what I can only imagine what music. I want to learn music so bad, and I'm gonna teach myself something real soon, and just keep messing with it forever. But being a band, God, it's gotta be so hard.
yeah. Oh
Like
yeah,
I mean, even like this, Edward Norton's character Mike gets all the love when the first review, and it's not even about him. He just stumbled in.
yeah.
But that's another thing where he says, I've been helping her with her lines." So that's what really messes me up. Like he's as an understudy, but yeah,
Well, I thought that was cool. I mean, if anything, if somebody came in prepared like that, already knowing what the hell was going on, like that would impress me. And it does. Rigging at first, he's like, "Wow, you already know your lines, you know my lines,
but do you,
everything like that."
but you do realize he hustled them, right? Because you hear that line that the lawyer says he wants 4 times what we were paying. He's like, pay him, he's worth it, and he's
Yeah.
right. But it's like, look at all these politics. Like sometimes you just
Well, he knows
want,
how to work the system, and he knows that there's money in this because
yeah,
you
yeah,
have a big Hollywood actor. You know.
yeah. Well, he's a theater actor. That's the thing. Michael Keaton's
No,
like,
I'm saying, yeah, but Michael Keaton is a big Hollywood actor, so
yeah,
he
he's a
has the
big
money.
yeah,
You
and
know.
then I mean, how would that feel for like, that crew? Don't mess with it. Don't mess with those guys. That's funny. That's like, crew stands together. Crew. It's always like crew because actors can really just come in for a day and leave. They prepare outside and then you show up. You don't prepare there. Where crew's always around.
Yeah.
So it shows like that respect for them. But man, I mean, him having a breakdown and him like to some extent, I don't see an issue with that. I don't see an issue with that. It's human being. It's fine. Taking out your shit on other people is one thing, and then taking out your shit on someone that took out their shit on you is another thing. But
Yeah.
like if you're just by yourself destroying the only shit that you feel like feels, I think it's good. I think it's great to yell on a pillow. I think it's
Yeah.
great to get a pillow and yell in it if you're feeling frustrated. You don't have no one to talk to. You go get a damn pillow and just yell and get it out. If you hurt your throat, then you know not to do that. But find another way to do it. But
Yeah.
if you get to the point where you cannot, drugs and alcohol they're gonna temporary, and then at that you're gonna build a tolerance, or your body's just not gonna it's gonna reject it. So it's like it's up to you to figure out. And I think like seeing, especially in theater, like if you're, I mean, there's no excuse. If you're in like another job, if you're like a teacher, I feel like it'd be kind of stressful too. You got to show up every day and you got to be on part. And
Yeah.
then being like a director and actor too. It's the same thing, but you got to try to. How do you? This is a different world. This isn't like a teacher's world where it's a Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, holidays off. No, this is the only time right now, and you might have to be in this state of mind to get to the end. You might have to
Mhm.
be crazy. You might not have to be crazy all the time, but just in this part when you're getting through it, and like I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's that joke is like you don't have to be crazy to work here, but it helps.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. I was actually
Uh
gonna laugh. I saw a meme yesterday that said, when you're hanging out with the prince, like we can't do that. That'll break the rules. And it's the meme of like, well, I forgot who celebrity is like. Psh. It's like, but you're the principal's kid. You don't care. Like he'll get away with it because he's like he'll get away. It's like to me like yeah, you'll get in trouble, but you won't because you're with me. Like it's that whole thing. And I don't know. I see that Zach Galifianakis, like he does show us that he can act because he does know what he's doing. But I
yeah.
think it's just easier for him to play Alan. He probably gets way more money, and way more
Yep.
recognition as Alan. I mean, even between the two ferns, dude, he's like Alan.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
we
and
brought.
I think we have kind of brought that up. I feel like that's kind of his shtick, though. I think that he had Alan down before Alan was actually. I think they were
I
just
get what
like,
you're
all right,
saying.
we need to get a brother-in-law that's going to be a fuck up, and then they had Zach Galifianakis audition, and he had a shtick, and they just ran with it. I feel like that is a lot of Zach Galifianakis in that role. Uh, I could be wrong there, but just and if it's not, then bravo, my friend, because that is fantastic acting. Uh,
Nah, it shows you he can act. He
and
just
he
he,
can. I mean, not to say he can't, but man alive, like it's yeah, no, in between two ferns. I mean, that straight face too. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. He's not breaking character. He's acting that
no,
like I'm this dumb, but I'm gonna keep it. You know, the
right.
as we move on, dude. You know what's crazy about I was reading it that since this movie was done in long takes, it only took them 2 weeks to edit the movie. That's insane.
Wow.
2 weeks. That's insane. That's quick for a movie like
Yeah.
this. But also, like, I guess he's right. You're either gonna take the cut or you're not. And the fact that Zach Galifianakis knew to, I mean, I'm assuming this would happen. He knew to improv on certain scenes that made they still made the cut. Where Emma Stone was probably um, messing up and making we retake, and they're like, no.
You know what I just while you were talking a little bit earlier, I saw Stone on there and I thought of Matt Stone. And I was like, I wonder if Matt Stone and Emma Stone are related. Like I could see like a deep fake of Matt Stone on Emma Stone and I'd be like, "Oh, well, that's not too far off." Uh but no. No, Zach Galifianakis, man, he is a yeah, I mean, he does kind of have that typecast to him now of like the comedy. Oh, now he for a while there, he's like that comedy guy. I feel like this was the first time he kind of stepped out of that role without really stepping out of it. Like he was kind of the comic relief without being like right in your face funny, which I think that is kind of his comedic style. It's more of the like if it hits you, it hits you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like he doesn't care if you
Yeah,
get it.
if you
He
like it,
thinks it's
you'll like
funny
it. Yeah,
and he wants to tell it because he knows there are going to be people that laugh. He's him and Mitch Hedberg. I feel like their comedy is a lot alike because that what was it? Live at the Purple Onion, like that was on Netflix for the longest time. I feel like that Mitch Hedberg style and his were similar. You know, I think Zach Galifianakis had a little bit longer. You know, uh, before the punchline. I don't know. What do you call it before the punchline? Do you know?
what the setup?
Yeah, setup. He had a longer setup. I feel like Zach Galifianakis had a longer setup than Mitch Hedberg, where he was just like right on there. Setup, punchline. There
Hey
wasn't a whole lot of
man,
mid.
if carrots got you drunk, rabbits would be all fucked up.
Exactly.
Mitch Hedberg, man.
Uh,
Oh, dude, have you heard? Like the way he died is insane, dude. Like he just didn't take care of himself,
yeah.
and he was a heroin junkie. And they one of the things I saw, like right before he died, they were like somebody saw him and he had like a tear down his pants, and they're like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" He got infected from shooting up heroin in his leg. It got a big old infection, and that he wouldn't take care of himself. And it's like there's a point where we are like we're still people, we're still human. You got to
Yeah.
educate yourself. And he was a junkie, man.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how that works. Like what he did. I mean, I'm gonna look it up real quick, but I think he
It's
did.
it's just a damn shame because like you would hope that people around him would be like, "Hey, man, you get help," and
Well,
just to let somebody that had that kind of talent just
it is true about the people you surround yourself with, but at the same time, like if I
yeah.
have to be around professionals and they're just kind of like telling me don't do that and walking away, but you can't relate to me, or I have no common ground with you, and it's just something that you need from me, then no, I come in and when I want, I take myself out when I want. But at the same time, like he did have a daughter, I believe, so it's
Mhm.
like kind of like a drug overdose is the ingested or application of drug. Oh no, wait, that's it. He said sorry, I was reading what a drug overdose was, but I think it's how he died was with the OD.
Yeah,
On
I
March,
believe
a
so.
day after my birthday, on March 30th, 2005,
2000.
Hedberg
Wow.
was found dead in his hotel room at the Westminster Minister Hotel in Livingston, New Jersey. His death was formally announced on April 1st. Oh my God, like a fucking joke. 2 days later, leading fans to believe it was a April's Fool's joke. His death was initially believed to be the result of a congenital heart defect present since birth, but in December 2005, the New Jersey Medical Examiner's Office reported that he died accidentally as the result of multiple drug toxicity. So he cocaine and heroin. Oh, god damn it! His funeral was held at St. Ambrose of Woodbury Church in Minnesota. Dude, he freaking was on heroin and cocaine. You know what we call that in the streets? It's called the speedball, my friend.
Mm.
It's when you do an upper and a downer,
Yeah.
and it fucking shuts your heart down. Yeah, damn. See, this is like the way we got here is you can I didn't realize you like the way you figured out like Zach Galifianakis and Mitch Hedberg kind of have like a I mean you could have brought any other people, but we went here and it's cool like learning.
Yeah.
Learning
Oh, yeah.
about it because we also have the Emma Stone Sammy character that's a drug addict and
Yeah.
showing her through what she goes through and seeing her parts. Man, she would have this is theater and movie cinema meet. This is the beautiful part about that.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of where
No,
they were.
this, yeah, like you, sorry.
Go for it.
Finish your thought.
No, you finished my sentence. You were
I was just
you're
going to say
on.
it's a beautiful movie. Now finish your thought.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, wow. It's like we finish each other's
Thoughts. Sentences.
sandwiches.
Sandwich. All right, I'm gonna move on to Porco Rosso in a little bit
Yeah.
because
In a
'cause we
little
gotta-
bit,
we-
let's do it right now, man, because I feel like we just jumped right into Birdman. We talked about Porco Rosso for like 2 seconds, and we were like Birdman, and I need a little bit of clarification too, man. Is he dead or is he alive at the end of the movie?
Porco Rosso or Riggins.
Oh, Rick, Birdman.
Birdman. I for what we've seeing, I would like to say it's a hallucination and all the shit's in his head, but in reality, he survives. I'm taking it as a movie, and I'm saying that he survives. He's actually comfortable with being Birdman, but in the movie, like not in reality. Like
So in your mind, he didn't literally jump out the window. He has just become comfortable with being himself.
yeah, I would like to say that, but I'm saying no. Okay, yes, in both answers. If I have to take it for the literal sense, I think it's all in his head. But at the same time, I'm like, fuck it. He was able to project that out of his head, so it makes it a movie, like the way we need to see. I think he survives. What do you think?
I literally think he flew away. I think he has powers.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say that. I'm gonna. Okay, I have to pick one answer. I'll say that. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the like I want it to be true. I want because like Emma Stone looking up, like
Yeah.
that's just almost like that's the part that gets you. That's the part that makes you think like was it in his head the whole time? I love the ambiguity of it.
Yeah,
But
that's the best part.
yeah, and because it just lets you can either take it as man that's a depressing movie or wow he got to show somebody his powers, because the viewer see that, but that's the thing is you don't always have a shot of Reagan, so it's not like you're omnipresent or anything like that. It's like you're just viewing it. You
Yeah.
don't have you he I don't see how he could distort what was going on in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Yeah.
not either that or it changes. It may just change because I guess you do hear inside of his head with
Well,
Birdman.
but you also see the telekinesis and all that, so I can't not deny that. That's what I'm saying.
No,
like,
but then yeah, and then like, is that just him? Like he's pretending he's doing this and then just destroying the room.
yeah,
You
'cause
know,
half of it,
kinda-
yeah,
yeah.
because half of it
But
could be like he just throws it on it, but we see him what he projects, like it's in his head. But
yeah,
you know,
because
I don't-
whenever somebody else sees him, maybe, and that may be it, is like Emma Stone sees him for who he really is.
yeah, true.
And then that's why she's looking up, but then it still could have been him committing suicide. I don't know. It's very, like I said, very ambiguous, and that is I think
Plus.
a great way to end this movie. And Porco Rosso, in all honesty, was kind of ambiguous too.
So
It didn't really. What's that?
no, I was about to say. So this show is a spoilers alert. So I am gonna ask the same question, but keep going.
Yeah. So spoiler alert. Sorry.
No, I am because I have a spoiler. I do have a spoiler right away.
Yeah, man. Like I totally think that Marco and oh gosh, what was the lady who owned the place in the Adriatic. Oh my gosh,
Gina. Oh, is it
I think it's Gianna, but I could be
Gianna? Or
wrong.
what's it? Gina.
Gina
Yeah, it's Gina.
or
Oh no, sorry, Gina.
Jaina.
I'm not gonna
Uh,
lie. My favorite one was Gina. Um,
yeah, Gina. Okay, so I think that they lived their days in peace. He got to be a human again, and yeah, that's what my take on it.
I didn't forget. I think I was gonna bring up Carrie Elwes. He's in it, but I was gonna say, do
In
you
this
think?
movie, in
Yeah,
Porco Rosso.
he's Curtis. He's
Oh,
the
is
guy.
no way. Is that
Yeah,
whoa?
but we'll get to that. But at the end of the movie,
What?
do you think he becomes human again?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He doesn't show it, right?
No, it doesn't show it, but
But
I
do
think it
you
happens. Also,
because
we have
Curtis
a
because Curtis
another repeat offender from Porco Rosso.
hold on because Curtis does say
Right.
what happened to your face, and it's like he's turning back. I'm saying he's turning in, but who's the other repeat offender?
Sorry, it's Kevin Michael Richardson. He was in Mortal Kombat. Uh, he was Goro.
Is that I think? Oh, I thought I should have wrote notes. I think I did come across that.
Yeah. He's a big voice actor. I know that for a fact. He's an Animaniacs, Mortal
Yes,
Kombat, all that.
yes,
So yeah,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
was in the 1995 Mortal Kombat. Is
Dude,
one, yeah,
he's part of his Mortal Kombat Goro, Lilo and Stitch, and then Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, Fallen, and
Fallen, yeah,
then Young Justice League. He's
yeah.
Martian
He's Captain
Manhunter.
Gantu. Okay, he has that very sultry voice.
I think he's the Shredder from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let me check real
Probably,
quick.
yeah. I think he is.
From like from
But
'90s.
I think it's funny because him and the guy who plays Patrick, Bill Fagerbaki, um, I think that's how you'd say it. I don't know.
I'd take
Um,
it.
uh, who is also Marshall's dad in How I Met Your Mother. Um, yeah, man, they are the Mama Iota gang. It's just and Frank Welker. Okay, so all three of them play the Mama Iota gang.
Do you know who
Uh,
Frank Welker is, my friend?
yeah, he's. I feel like he's a repeat offender too.
He's a lot of voices, but he's
Yeah,
Megatron,
Megatron.
the
That's what
original
it was.
Megatron. I'm doing Starscream because I can't do Megatron.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, how heroic nonsense." That's like one of my favorite lines of all time, man, and a quote of a movie. Like, just it's insane. Let me break it down with you real quick. So there's a
Break it
part
down.
where sorry, there's a spoiler here. A lot of Transformers dies, and that's always going to be the issue with that movie. But um, there's a part where Ironhide gets shot up by Decepticons, and then the Decepticons are taking, well, they shoot up all the Autobots. They're hijacking a jet and or plane, and then the Decepticons are hijacking an Autobot plane. This sounds like a great story. And then what happens? Ironhide gets shot up in the process, and he's by the pilot's seat or whatnot when he gets shot. So then Megatron walks up to the pilot seat to be like, "When we slip through the early defenses, Starscream, they'll never see." So they're gonna try to do like a Trojan horse thing, and
Mhm.
then Ironhide's on the floor, like freaking grabbing, trying to still stop, like he's bleeding out, trying to stop out Megatron. Well, Megatron, he's a gun, he's a cannon on his arm. He's literally his head's right under it. So the pan shows Ironhide's head right under it, like he can't do anything. And then Megatron just says, "How heroic nonsense! Like you can't do anything. You're not." He's like, "You're all messed up. Let me just put you out of your misery." And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's so crazy." I saw that. It's like a kid watching that. I'm like, "Oh shit." Well, I mean,
That's pretty good.
what do you think about this in Poco Rosso, man? With the little girls in the beginning opening scene, like they trip me out, man. They're
Yeah,
funny.
they're like, "Oh, we're getting kidnapped." Like, "Oh yeah."
Like they don't like, and it's to the scenes like because I think the villains aren't that villainy. They're not good villains, you know.
No. Well, you can even tell by the music in this. Like they're like
Are
whenever
we
he's
talking
going off
about?
to battle, like the music is like boom, 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 boom. Yep, we're about to go fuck them up. Yep, hey, we're gonna go fuck them up. Like that's the kind of that's the kind it is. It's not like menacing. It doesn't feel like they're gonna be in big battle. Like there's not a lot at stake.
You're right.
That's the music.
You feel like you're a bunch of dumbasses just about to mess themselves up.
Yeah.
It reminds me of freaking Power Rangers, the show, the first, right off the first season, you get Skull and Bulk and Skull, and
Hmm.
every time they're on screen, dun, 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 like just the goofy
Yep.
name, the goofy song. I do like how, like, I mean, this is what, 92, so
Yeah.
Michael Keaton, I mean, Porco Rosso's in the plane, and he's communicating them through Morse code. Like that's so, like, you still, Morse code still, I think should I mean, I think it should have been taught at one point. We don't teach it to us,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's pretty cool. It's like one guy's learning how to read it. The other, the pilots, like, communicating on the ground. I think that's so cool. Showing certain things that we used to have that we don't have anymore. Now it's like, if it doesn't come in through my 5G text message, I can't see it.
Right.
You
No,
know,
and that that just it kind of shows you became complacent on technology. You forget the old ways. You don't need them anymore. But if anything goes left, we will.
is
You know.
is this is Can I bring up something that I don't know if this will
Yeah.
get me in trouble or not? But this was written by a Japanese man,
Uh huh.
so it's all his vision because he's a writer director. Now the girls in the beginning of the movie are white girls.
No,
They're
they're
not.
not.
Yeah, they're white.
They're Italian. This is all happening in Italy.
So it's Italy then. They're Italians.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, how did he write? Like, how did he, I don't know I don't know his background. I don't know if he lived in Italy or not.
No, it's like Shakespeare writing about uh, Danish princes and stuff like that. I mean, he's just taking something a piece of history of sea pilots and then exaggerating the story.
Because this is 92, so I'm bringing it now in 2020. Could we do that? Could a Japanese person write about Italian people? Wouldn't they get offended?
No, why?
Okay, well,
I
I
didn't
guess
feel like
American.
there's any.
I guess
I
it's
didn't feel like
American
there's
people.
anything offensive about this. Plus, Porco Rosso. I mean, it may be like a Italian legend that this Japanese director read about, because this
Think
is 1992, like you said. So I wouldn't. I mean, we do that all the time with like movies like The Ring and stuff like that. So I mean, I know that was
I was just saying.
2001,
I
so
was
even
thinking,
that's 20 years ago, but still.
even just to speak to broader demographic, I was wondering if that was something to do with it. But no, I totally love your response. Like that's
Yeah,
what I would
no,
think.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. First off, because I mean, if it was like trying to be overly offensive, yeah, I mean, people are gonna uh kind of jump up and say something. I mean, I feel like even with that Super Mario Brothers, when there like a little bit of stuff there where people were like, "Oh, well, are you gonna do like the classic Italian voice and all this other stuff?" And it's gonna be Chris Pratt voicing the character,
Oh, that's
and
true.
I think they've already said like it's he's not gonna say anything like it's me, a Mario.
Well, then what's the
So
point?
well, the point is that you get to see a character. I mean, that's all the point is nowadays, CJ, is you see the character. They don't care about the voice. They don't care about anything like that. I mean, look at Sonic the Hedgehog. It was all about the look. They didn't care about
Yeah,
his
that's true.
voice.
That's true.
The
That's
voice
so
the
true.
voice wasn't the great. I mean, I do enjoy that actor. He was in Parks and Rec and everything, but you know what? Actually, looking back on it, his voice did kind of sound like the video game. So I retract what I just said. Sonic was a solid choice on the voice actor there.
Dun, 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 ding,
But
ding,
oh,
pring. That's as far as you can go with the damn rings. I'll say that. So, watching Porco Rosso, why do you think he became a pig? Do you think became a pig because he was like a womanizer pig kind of guy, and that's why he's a pig and he doesn't care, so he just lives his life out through a pig?
that one I don't know. That one is they do mention it a couple times where he said, "Oh, I was a pig," um, stuff like that. So that very well could be the case. There is that this was his because you do have that one scene where he's. I love at the end you get to see everybody kind of old and stuff like that.
That's true.
Uh, you get to see that time jump and uh, everything. And you even get like the Americanized anime poster of Curtis. Uh, it there are a lot of cool things about this movie. I really enjoyed it. But getting back to what the question was, sorry, I kind of got a little off topic. What was the question? One more time, throw it at me.
Um, tell us a time when you found it difficult to still bring satisfaction to a customer, knowing you have to take a number two and your 15-minute break is over. You don't have one.
Oh, so what I do there is I just flip the customer off and run to the bathroom. Uh, because I'll tell you what, CJ, nobody's gonna come between me and my bowel movements. Um, no. Oh wow, Kimberly Williams Paisley was Theo. What? I didn't know that. You know who that is?
Isn't that a repeat offender on our show? That's the daughter
She's
of
She's Brad Paisley's wife.
oh,
I
that's
don't.
probably the
I don't.
bride to me.
Yeah, Father of the Bride. Yeah, she's Father of the Bride. What else was she in? What was
Well,
she in?
that's why she has the dash Paisley because it's
Yeah,
oh,
but
you got to put the
that's cool
hyphen.
because
You got to put
yeah,
the
but you know what that means though? They weren't married in 1992. They went back and edited that.
No, I think well no, I don't think her name is on there, is it?
It says Kim, yeah, like on the
Oh no, no,
credits. It's
on the actual on
on
the Porco Rosso.
on the HBO credits.
Oh yeah, they're doing all that. I mean, we're finding out. Did you hear about Fight Club?
No, what happened with Fight Club?
I don't know. Either I was listening to
Is it
101X.
just Helen Carter now or what?
No, what happened with Fight Club? Apparently, what I heard on the radio because I listen to 101X. I don't listen to them. It just plays when I turn on my Jeep. But what do you call it? Apparently, Fight Club it has a different alternative ending now in China,
Oh yeah.
and probably goes back to my other asking what I was asking earlier. But apparently, the ending of China, the end of
What were
Fight
you
Club.
asking me earlier about that I got off topic? Sorry.
Well, I just said, do you think he's a pig? Then that's because of
Oh,
the
oh,
way.
do I think he's a pig?
Well, let me
Uh,
tell you real quick about the Fight Club. Check this
yeah,
out.
I'll
They
keep the pig thing in my mind.
yeah they cut out the ending. So now you know how spoiler how Fight Club ends with like the buildings being broken off.
Buildings.
Edward
Yeah.
Norton shoots himself in the mouth, the narrator, and then Tyler Durden goes away, and the buildings explode. Him and Marlene are there talking. Well, what
Yeah.
happens in this one? They make Tyler Durden the main character, right? I think. But he shoots himself, and then it cuts to black, and it just says Tyler Durden checked himself into rehab, and in 2012 he was released, and now he's doing fine, and that's the end. But it's cut to black apparently. I'm repeating information from information, so I don't know if it's right or not, but that's what I heard from the
Yeah.
radio. And if the radio is going
That's
to be allowed to be talking like that, then I'll be able to talk like that.
that's
Um,
interesting. But if that's what China wants to do, let them do it. That's
yeah,
that's their interpretation of Fight Club. But yeah, him being a pig, I think that was like a deal for him. I think yeah, he was a womanizer. That Gina was always waiting on him. He wasn't
yeah.
really committing to her. Um, and so that was his like you can be alive, yeah, you'll live through this, but there's a consequence. So
Because
yeah.
you don't even really get the face of him; it's scratched out, so you kind of know what he looks like. And it's also like Facebook, like someone you
Then
don't want to
see
talk to anymore.
at the very end they're doing like sketches and everything, and then there's a whole bunch of pilots that look like pigs. That's
Well,
weird.
maybe because pilots are pigs in his eyes.
No,
And
can't
coyotes.
be. No. Maybe
Maybe,
that's just like a rough draft. Maybe they're all going to be pigs, like you
man.
said.
Maybe we'll see.
Like all the pilots were pigs, and it was just like
Well,
everybody was anthropomorphic.
this movie seems like it's made in the 90s, but it looks like it's a time frame from like the 50s through the 70s.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, and it's supposed to be set in the 30s.
so it's in the
Uh,
30s, right? So check the
yeah,
yeah. So you know what I'm saying, like the
set
time
in
frame.
mid-war Italy, swept by fascism. That's in the description on HBO. Dear God, aviation
Fascism.
and the reckless flyboys who defined an error. Okay, so yeah, this is like, when Howard Hughes was doing like firefights in the sky, trying to get the right shots in his films that he was making. Uh, I guess that's what they were kind of
Ah,
doing.
Howard Hughes. That's
Yeah.
the last movie I never really of Aviator. I didn't finish watching that one.
Really, yes, it's a solid movie. I every once in a while, I think that's one thing I used to like to do whenever I was kind of on my own. Sometimes is if I had some time on my hands, I was in a decent mood. I would go revisit a movie that I watched whenever I was younger and didn't understand it as well back then, and kind of get a better appreciation for it.
Yeah.
That was Aviator was one of them. I like rewatching movies like that, and No Country for Old Men. That was
Oh
another
God,
one too.
it's a beautiful
Uh,
movie.
yeah, it really is, and I think that's kind of a fun thing to do. That's almost what we do here on Side by Side is just like revisit movies or watch movies that we haven't seen or watched in a while. In some
Kind
cases,
of like my other show, Rewatch Right Now. We watch a movie
yeah,
that we haven't seen in a minute, we'll rewatch it, or we'll watch a movie right now that we haven't seen that we want to saw. So that's the thing though. It's like we're watching movies that we want to like just talk about, and it's not to come in here. This is, I think this is the idea that we've kind of after going for a whole year and like maybe about a half now. We're about to in August we had 2 years.
yeah.
So after doing this, I think it's not just the fact that we're here talking about these movies, whether we were critiquing them or whatever. It's just the fact that if somebody watches Birdman and they're, dude, did that guy just try to bang his sister? And then they find out that's look at people saying this, and like there's CJ talking about it, like, oh, Birdman, and then CJ, and then they come back and they listen to us and they're like, oh, this is the conversation they had about it, and so this is what they maybe help maybe fill it in, or
Yeah,
it's like
it can clear up any incest questions you have right here on Side by Side. Um,
your focus on my conversations. It is what it is. If you want to focus on that, you are Game of Thrones. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to probably help you watch something else.
Listen, man,
you
so
Game of
speaking of
Thrones.
rewatching, dude, I've been trying to rewatch Game of Thrones for almost for no, I think I got it last year. I don't know. I got the full set on Blu-ray. It was like it came in a collector's, case, everything really up my alley, dude. It was a beautiful piece of art, had like a shadow box and everything. And I was watching it. I was taking out the physical copy and putting it in. It was kind of the little things that were in there were kind of fraying a little bit. So I was like, oh, and I had the option to do digital, like we were talking about earlier. So I just have it all on my Apple TV now, and of course now I have HBO Max, so I can watch it anytime. But dude, I can't get past season 7. I have tried.
What's wrong?
It's just, man, it just that's really where they kind of deviate from the books, and it's just hard to watch knowing what I know now with the books and everything. It's, I don't know.
Well, I
It
think
just it just feels like they're on uncharted territory, uncharted waters, and you can definitely tell. Like
did it
it's
get 10 seasons, 11 seasons? How many seasons did it get?
oh, dude, no, it only got 8.
8.
And
Oh,
and George R. R. Martin was pissed because he was like, "Yeah, it could have gone on for 10 seasons." They were just like, "Oh, we got an opportunity to do Star Wars? Oh yeah!" And they got bumped. They got
told
bumped
you.
after that. Yeah,
Same people. I called it. You affirmed it. They're the same people.
yeah. But dude, no, it just was like, I don't know. That's the cool thing about podcasts too. Is like I started listening to a podcast about Game of Thrones. Just looked on Apple, found one, and started listening to it. And that spiraled into me getting into the books and listening to their podcast and doing a reread with them. And it got me in. Like I searched out one thing to get other opinions on that same thing, and just came away with so much more than I was expecting. And I think that's such a cool thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to guys at Bend the Knee or Matinez Media. They have a couple of channels. They have a Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, Hyperspace Hangout, Star Wars. They have
Yeah,
their own
you were telling me about that one. I checked it out a few
channel.
times.
Yeah, dude, and it's kind of like us. It's just two guys going back and forth, talking, and just going and reading up news about what's going on in those areas. And yeah, man, with Porco Rosso, we kind of get off topic a little bit.
I'm just seeing it as like we're catching up, and this is a
Yeah,
catch up episode, and
yeah,
I'm pretty sure people understand Birdman. It's got a high quality. I've never heard Porco Rosso till we got into this. I found it on my own on IMDb, and I said it's available on HBO Max. Let's do it.
yeah.
And it's kind of different for our viewers because our listeners or viewers because
But
we
it's a different
we
watch too.
well, only because we didn't get here. I got us here with Cole. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Same thing
yeah,
happened with Cole and I. I'm finding this out when we did Mission to Mars and Red Planet because I started him there, and we finished here. Now you're starting here, and we're starting where we pick off. So it's kind of a little bump. We need episode,
Yeah,
which I'm finding out. I mean, I'm literally finding this as we're going, but I'm looking at the movie and we're talking, and that's why I love the thumbnail. I don't have to look in the camera the whole time. And
yeah,
I
same.
love that I can focus on the movie a little bit, and I'm listening to you, and I have the headphones on, so it's directly going into my head. So it's like, you know what I mean? I can hear you perfect. And I'm looking at Porco Rosso just in the animation. I mean, it's the same guy that did Spirited Away, and I love Spirited Away. I mean, granted, it was the only movie they really showed us that in A Knight's Tale in high school, but I mean, I really dig this movie a lot as an animator, as a person that kind of loves this. As an anime, I believe I don't know,
Yes,
man.
I believe so.
Anime to me seems very more like this is more of a cartoon. No, not cartoon. I saw the new Mortal Kombat on HBO Max. They have a
Uh-huh.
new. It's called the Legion, or it's. Let me get this right. I just recently saw it because I have the uh, the Mortal Kombat tournament coming up.
Yeah.
So I have. I was looking at. I was like, well, let's see what else is out there right now, and I saw that they have is Mortal Kombat. It's called Legends, or it's called yeah, Mortal Kombat Legends: Battle of the Realms. This is on HBO Max right now. This is a cartoon, but it is very gruesome and very like it's hardcore, but it's a cartoon. Where I feel like an anime, you're expecting that, but I feel like anime is very like sliced and choppy and very. It brings you into a different world. Now this does too, you know. It brings you to the
Yeah.
30s, but I mean, I really don't know what. I guess let me look it up. What is anime? But the Mortal Kombat one, like I know for certain that's a cartoon. I don't think that's anime. But let's find out. Let's uh and
Well,
also,
just
you
look
know
on IMDb. It should tell you.
what anime is.
Oh, let's see
No,
here.
I want to know what an anime exactly is. Uh, yeah, so you're already right about the Japanese. Anime refers to a specific style of cartoon produced or inspired by Japanese animation. Think of it as this way: all anime shows are cartoons, but not all cartoons are anime. See, that's where I'm getting at. But
Mm,
beyond its distinctive visual look, anime has endeared itself into the hearts of fans because of its complex characters and engaging plot lines. See, because I know anime is not just like one thing, but at the same time, I know it's a style, but at the same time, they're kind of similar. So, so let's find. Like, I think this would be. I think Poco Rosso would be. Is it anime then? I mean, it says animation. It's short for anime, you know. But
yeah.
I do know that anime is like a because to go into the conventions, you feel what a cartoon character looks like and what an anime character looks like. An anime, I always feel like they have to put a little bit more into it.
Yeah.
Why is anime not a cartoon? Japanese anime is different from cartoons. While both are caricatures that may be animated, anime usually has visually distinct features for characters and more limited animation style for depicting movement. Yeah, because I saw Wicked City and there's a lot of sex scenes in that. And I was a kid too, and I saw that. And I was like, but that's the thing, man. I feel like I distinguish the difference between a cartoon and reality, but that's still the what's the you got to distinguish the difference between a movie and reality.
Yeah.
Now it's like between radio. I think it's all entertainment to me now. I think
Yeah.
all of it's like radio, music, whatever you want to call yourself, whatever news source you like. That's entertainment. From now, I don't see it as reliable news source. I feel like one, I'm too old, and I've been around the block too much that I can't really want to listen to somebody that hasn't had any experience on something. Just record something and tell me this is what's going on when they have no idea what's going on. So I just feel
Yeah.
like it's all it's forms of entertainment. But anime, yeah, does have a like Wicked City does have like some crazy ass like animation in it, man. Like it's like it's like hard cuts. It feels rugged. But it's all handmade, so it wants you to go through there. It's not like a movie where you accidentally figured it out, like it's a camera. But the difference between that, I guess, is just style. But it is Japanese, so I don't know why we're saying Korean. So good. Thanks for the correction.
Yeah. Oh, no worries.
Yeah, let me just because I know I'm looking up anime and then like Pokemon comes up a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. That was. I really got into to Pokemon, but after that, man, it just kind of dipped. I never was really big into Dragon Ball Z or anything like that back in the day.
Nah,
But Pokemon,
I was into the Dragon Ball Z. I first got into it in Spanish because that's all we can get. Yeah, dude, Wicked City. Like, yeah, so Wicked City's like, put it this way: if a cartoon is what we see, anime is a nightmare of a cartoon. That's the best way I can
yeah.
say it.
Oh, okay. So like Speed Racer, that's an anime from
Yeah.
like the
See how
80s.
that You see how that has like a hey speed, where are you going? You know, it's like
Yeah.
a everything in there is all like it's a different style, and then the cars are ping, like in Voltron. You know, it's a build up. You know, it's like it's not just I don't know. I guess cartoons are just meant to be silly or something. These people took it to another level. I love if I can find Wicked City, I'll buy it. I'm pretty sure it's pretty expensive nowadays. But
Hmm.
it's a crazy ass movie, dude. Like I don't remember a lot of it. I just have all the scenes in my head. It does feel like a Resident Evil style, like cartoon movie kind of thing. But nah, it's
Yes.
a
Wicked City is what it's called.
yeah, dude. 1987. That was the first anime I saw where I was like, what the hell am I watching? And then I saw the boobs and I was like, okay, keep watching. It's like,
It's on Tubi, bro. There you go.
oh, don't you tell me that right now. I'm looking for an excuse to bring up. I want to promote Tubi more. I'm thinking of doing
Yeah.
something called Tubi Tuesdays. Bring out
Ooh.
Wicked City, start off with that, and just watch a movie on Tuesday and just talk about it for a few minutes and put it out there. Because Tubi supports the filmmakers, so I'd rather support them than any
Yeah.
other.
There's a cool movie that we saw. Oh man, I think it was called like Tick Tick Boom or something like
Yeah,
that.
yes, you've been watching a lot of these good movies on Tubi. I need to watch that one.
And it's like this guy is standing on a landmine and his girlfriend. I don't know. It's some crazy plot, but it's definitely suspenseful. You don't think it's going to be suspenseful from like the plot line, but you're like, oh wow, okay. You know, he's just standing on a mine for a good chunk of the movie, but there's a lot of tension
Dude, it's crazy
in
because yeah,
in there. But
I just
yeah,
say like anime. Just I don't feel like it's like a. I don't feel like you have to be on an acid trip. I feel like it's all linked with emotion.
yeah,
I
oh yeah,
think it's very very emotional, and I think what it does. Oh, I think they tried to whitewash this. I don't want to go too far. In 2015 on Hulu, I think they tried to make an American version of Wicked City. But I think it's more of an emotion, a feeling, because it's like how did you feel and how do you express yourself, and that's what I'm gathering from a lot of anime. The thing about Porco Rosso, it's just a freaking, um, it's a little journey of just guy just he's literally upgrading his plane and then the little jobs he does, and then he has a
mhm.
competition with the Curtis character. I guess I'm saying it wrong because the CO in Italian is supposed to be like a CHO, so it's supposed to be Porco Rosso.
Oh no, Porco Rosso.
Porco Rosso,
I
yeah.
thought it was, well they call him Porco. We can call him
Yeah,
Porco
that's
Rosso.
right. I think I could be wrong, but I know I've been getting hit a lot on my Italian lately by
Hey,
Italian Americans,
hey,
and I'm like, well, I'm
tell
just
him to back
enunciating
off.
it. I'm just announcing it the way it's supposed to be announced.
I say it the way I say it. All right. Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, I like the story. The things that do trip me out is just it's 92 and it's from the 30s, so like the things that would probably offend the females for sure. This like the prize is money and then the other prize is a girl. Like
Right.
why is she? But then it's like, I mean, I'm just saying, in that time frame of this movie with like the her being the girl, Fio,
Mm-hmm.
she is has a lot to. She's got a lot to her.
Yeah.
She's smart. She's mechanical. She's positive. She's I see all that, but I don't see a problem with her being the bet. As in, like, it would be something if she was just a damsel in distress and needed help, but it's just the way she kind of has to be part of the bet, I guess, because that guy Kurt. I mean, it just shows you like how a guy can think. I don't know. It's weird, man. Like, it's so weird. Even like the part in Birdman where he's like, right away, he's just like, great ass, and she's like, really? Like, like Mike Shiner says out to Sam, and it's like, come on, it's like, and he's like, it's a theater. Like, I didn't want to bring that up a little, but it's like, it's like it's supposed to be like a thing, an unspoken thing, I guess. And then I think nowadays they're not letting they don't want that. Or, I mean, I wouldn't want some fucking dude to touch me and be like, it's the theater. I'd be like, yeah, and that's why I broke your jaw, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
you could do that. You try to do that with a girl, you feel like get away with it. Do it to a guy, see what happens. It's like, and there are dudes that are daring. So I'm not saying that they wouldn't happen. There are scenarios where guys are super daring, and it's like, oh shit. Well,
And it depends on who you're talking to. Some people like that. Some people like, oh, thanks. Like
well,
it
yeah,
it,
yeah,
it
yeah.
really all just depends. But no, I totally agree. Like, don't just. I wouldn't lead with that.
Well, I
Uh,
think I mean he's the big dog there. So I think
yeah.
with him he's thinking like I mean that's just him testing the water, like man, I got a real like messed up story that I could share about this, but it's like people that I still are alive, so I don't want to like talk about them. It
We'll
was about an
wait till
old man.
they die.
Well, it's about an old man doing stuff, so he'll probably die soon. Not play, but he's old. He's super old when he did, and he's super old now. So, what do you call it? I just think like that, like the interpretation is it's the theater. Like we can talk like that, but it's not. That's not what he means. That's like an
Yeah,
excuse for me to say that. Oh, he can. No, it's basically him saying like, oh, I'm gonna see. Just throw it out there. Nice ass. Oh, thanks. And then, all right, she's gonna let me do it. But the response she gives him, it's
really.
like yeah, like come on, dude. And that's what I like about the whole Sam character. What do you call it? That's what I like about the whole Sam character because she's also real. Like that. Not to keep dipped it on Porco Rosso because it's got the two elements here of you have the Sam character and you have the Theo character, and Sam's character is my because he's a big actor dad. She just became some kind of like punk, but you see, she's everywhere. She's helping her dad out. She does all the things. She has these conversations, and her and Mike's conversations in the whole time they're kind of like she's trying to figure him out too. Not. I think they just mess around, or do they not do anything?
I think so.
Yeah.
I can't remember honestly. I think they kissed at the very least.
Yeah, I know that. That's
Smell.
coming right.
I'm starting Birdman right now. He's like smells like balls.
Yeah.
Like that. I like that. It really gets you in there.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and also what he tells it to his, well, I guess his sister, play with my balls. It's like, it's just like I
Yeah.
don't know, it's not a sister, but just whatever character. Like, I mean, it's
Oh
just the way
man.
he's break. He's
Jeez.
that's what I'm saying, dude. He's breaking the rules, man. And I know that thing. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of confusing, but he's breaking the rules. I would be that kid if we were watching Star Wars. I'd be like, did I just kiss his sister? Like if we were watching the theater, I'd be that guy. I'd be like, I think that guy kissed his sister. And then there's a point there, like there's a point somewhere in the 80s and 90s where people just said, all right, it happened, move on. It's like it's just like okay, because now we have all these the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, which I haven't touched yet, but I like to binge. So let me know when it's
You
ready to
haven't
binge.
seen Book of Boba Fett
The
yet?
same thing with the Mandalorian. I waited for all of it to be ready, and then you got me on it. I'm just waiting for you to tell me about the Book of Boba Fett when it's all out
Book
there.
of
Then
it's got one more episode, so you
I
can
could get on it
start right
now.
now.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
start now. Yeah.
Because the last episode comes out Wednesday. But yeah, dude, it's good, and you kind of see where it's going now. No, it's a solid show. Peacemaker, have you been keeping up with that?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh,
I
oh,
got it. I think though, because I know I'm gonna like it. I just saw a behind the scenes thing of it, and I was like, damn it. But I'm waiting because I gotta binge, man. I can't do this like watch an episode and wait, and then with all
well,
the
they have
spoilers.
okay, so they got eight. This is just because you don't want to not be able to watch that episode right away.
Well, it's because I don't want to. I don't want the social media to ruin it for me. So if I see something like that, I just skip it. I don't even look. I don't even focus on it, and I can just keep skipping it until I watch it, and then I just sit through, and I know. But I mean, it's not the same when we were growing up and we were watching movies on Saturday cartoons or movies that came out on Friday. Like we wouldn't like talk about them and spoil them unless you're around somebody that was talking about them or if you read an article in a magazine or a paper. Now it's just like your everyday. Let me check in my messages. Oh, everybody, hey, have you seen this? Have you seen that? Or look, these are what I think. These are everybody has opinions on stuff. I don't want to hear. I'd rather interpret it myself without being influenced by anybody else or by having anybody's like opinion in my head. Once I can grasp my own opinion, then I can be like, all right, let me compare it. But I want to have my own. I want to have my own playthrough. That's why when I saw Spider-Man 11 Days Out, I was like, somebody's like, how'd you go that long? I go, look at my social media. I wasn't posting anything. I was just coming out on shows. I wasn't
Yeah,
like I was like and plus I don't really want to ruin anything, but I wasn't on social media because I didn't want people were ruining that one right away, and
yeah,
some people I mean not right away as in like oh the first day, but I think after a week then they were like oh this is enough time, and then people just started coming hard right away just when they got the opportunity, boom. And I don't know. I'm gonna watch the book. I am gonna watch the book of Boba Fett 'cause I know it's gonna be good. But I liked it how you
yeah.
got me into Mandalorian. It was like 3 episodes left, and then I started watching it like this. So or like I don't know. It was like 2 episodes or something. Because I remember binging it all, and then I just had to wait for 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah. And there's 5 episodes of Peacemaker right now. There's going to be three more. Uh, but yeah, no, it's
Probably,
yeah, no, they're very good. It's I mean, if you enjoyed Suicide Squad like we did,
yeah.
yeah, no, it's very much a continuation of that sort of banter. So it's great. So it's a great show to just like put on, and then you just kind of pick it up here and there, like, oh my god, what did he just say? Like it's that kind of show. Uh,
Yeah,
it's good.
I gotta get into it. I'm looking
Yeah.
at the trivia in Porco Rosso because I'm looking at the animation, and I think it might be stop motion. Not, I'm sorry, motion tracking, not stop motion. I think
Okay.
they actually like the scene where they're upgrading his plane,
Hmm.
and you see all the ladies working on it. I think those are actually scenes of women actually working on stuff, and they just animated over it. Sorry, I tried to not to burp. I think
Okay.
they're trying not to animate. They just animate over it. So it's like if we do a scene and me and you are like running around, and I have to keep my hands up in the air because there's fire in my hands. In reality, you don't see that, but in animation, I could add that. You know, I could literally, they could literally pencil over me, trace me, and or you, whatever, and we just do that. So I'm wondering if because it just seems like that. I didn't mean to know this information inside of stuff. I just study things that I like, and I like animation, I
Right.
like cartoons. So, you know, but I think oh,
Hmm.
no, I'm sorry. I was reading something. I thought I found something. No, it just I think this movie just in a nutshell is just a it's a great ride. Like Spirited Away was a great movie. I think honestly with animes, especially one like this, I wouldn't even. I think I was introduced to Max when he's in junior high. I think animes are good for good. Just understanding story structure and just seeing how you get to some place where things aren't like like American cinema. Everything's kind of straightforward. It is this guy wakes up in the morning. He's upset in the afternoon because of his significant other, and then has to go help them because they have an issue. And then it's like it's just a bunch of straightforward things. Where these kind of movies, like even though this is straightforward, the way they come across is different. Even Birdman, the way it's like literally we're like in real time with him, but it feels like there's scenes and stuff, and there's not. There's literally no. There's not supposed to be any. Is there's not supposed to be scenes in Birdman? Is there?
No, it's supposed to be one long scene,
That's one
and
long
that's the
scene.
way it's cut. Like you said, I mean, it's a continuation. I mean, I feel like yes, they're gonna have scenes in it, but I think yeah, that question no, it's one long scene.
Yeah, Porco Rosso is based off a manga Hakuti Jedi, The Age of the Flying Boat. So it was a note series, and it says some characters in the film are named after famous Italian pilots: Francisco Baracca, Adriano Visconti, and Arturo Ferrarin. So they actually have some famous pilots in here.
Hmm.
In the pirates, I'm just reading the trivia. Join a text
Yeah.
sequence you can read on the front part of one of the pirate planes. Morte e porciel, Italian death to all pigs.
Huh.
Death to all humans. Bender.
Yeah, right. Oh, dude, Bender Bending Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, you're Echo Mexico, dude. I forgot about this part in this movie where they actually watch. See, this is trippy. So there's a scene where Poco Rosso is in the movie theater watching a cartoon.
Uh huh.
So, but like they show the animation styles are different. So it's like this is what an anime looks like, a cartoon like. This is what it looks like to them. But in reality, this is what we see as it's like human tend to see a cartoon as.
Yeah.
That's like it's crazy. It's like the kettle calling it black, or how, I don't know how that phrase goes, but it's like that's crazy because it shows Poco Rosso as a like they're looking at what they see as a, it looks like what an anime looks like, a brief what an anime would sees itself as.
Hmm. Sorry, dude. I have Birdman turned on. I keep getting sucked in.
Yeah,
Because
well, we're
I'm
getting close to the end.
it really
What's up?
no. It's not that. It's just like I just keep. I'll just read a couple lines and it just like it gets you in there. It's a Birdman's a fantastic movie and Porco Rosso is too. I'm really surprised with how much I enjoyed Porco Rosso.
The
Like
thing
I
I
said,
got,
not big on anime. Sorry.
yeah, well, that's cool. You got. I mean, the thing I got was what do you call it? Was it Michael Keaton's voice in it? Like everyone's voice is synced really the same, but his is comes in very like you know
Batman.
it does. I think I'm not asking. Do you think they wanted that?
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, because
Because
Michael Keaton.
I was on the French or on the trivia. They had the French actor. It was Gene Reno who did Porco Rosso. So I think they wanted that deep, like sultry voice, and that Michael Keaton can give you that, but he's also that's not his natural go to voice. And it
Well,
is, but it isn't.
you're talking about I'm sorry. Who did you say right now that did the
Michael
voice?
Keaton,
No, but you said before. You said also does the voice.
Gene Rito,
Oh yeah, Jean Reno.
Jean Reno.
He's also in Flushed Away as Le Frog.
Yeah,
I've been
I
watching Flushed Away like crazy.
I I loved him in Godzilla. That was my first like
I like that movie a
interaction. It's
lot,
like you chew gum, you look like an American. No,
dude. He's a man. I can't remember the first time I saw Jean Reno. Oh, The Professional, but
yeah.
as Leon, but
Um,
also
but
watching.
yeah, sorry, go
No,
for
no, I
it.
was also watching. He's also in the Godzilla. I forgot about that.
Uh huh. Yeah. Um, did we watch Couples Retreat on here?
No, but we need
Oh,
to. That's a.
yeah.
I think we might have to go that route because we always got the Vince Vaughn and John
Yeah, John
Favreau.
Favreau, right?
Yeah, we might have to jump on it just for next episode to get us back in our old side by side ways.
Right. Man, I don't know where we're gonna go after this. We're gonna have to do some talking because my brain has been going a few places. But um, oh no, man. Porco Rosso was just a beautiful movie because you're just always out on the sea. Even the like you said, even the villains aren't too villainy. Like it's more of a wholesome kind of movie, you know, like
Yeah,
that old timey kind of feel. And I think really that's what he's going for. And then you have, uh, it's the Adriatic Sea, and just it's just a fun movie. There wasn't a whole lot to it. I mean, he was just like you said, it was just him repairing his plane, fighting for his honor, fighting for Gina and Theo, and uh, it was. I feel like it was told very well as well. Like it was a very fluid story. Like it just it it's odd because you don't feel like you go very far,
no, I don't.
but you feel like a lot gets done. You know,
But you
like you
just said
feel like
yeah.
you're in one little area. You know,
I feel you're
uh,
right. I feel like this doesn't stretch, but it's an animation movie. Dude, look how much they put into this. Like
yeah,
every frame takes so much work. Back then too, it's not like nowadays where I can just freeze. Now you got to keep going. Like when I do an animation still nowadays, like it's easy to freeze because it's just like I mean I could just use a vector drawing that never changes. This is all hand drawn. This isn't
yeah,
digital. You know what I mean? It's tough, man, and I understand why. I always get upset with like my Fox shows that were made overseas where they're paying people's pennies to the dollar on doing animation shows, and we get these great animations. But look, man, like that's why they say they can't make things in America. It costs too much. But this is beautiful. I hope people got paid because when I'm looking over the IMDb and the Wikipedia for Poco Rosso, and I'm like, oh my god, budget was 2 billion yen. It's like, yen. And that's
so
the
what is
wine.
that? What does that translate to?
$9.2 million.
That's not bad. That's pretty hefty for an animated feature in 1992. I
Well, but I
feel
mean,
like.
check this
Well,
out. It was
what's Aladdin? Because that came out the same year, right?
Aladdin. Let's find out. Now,
Yeah.
put it this way: it's got. I don't know yen. I could easily just do a yen calculator. But check this out: 2.8 billion equals 9.2 million. And it boxed. That was the budget. The box office was 5.4 billion. So it's double that and some. And then let's find out what Aladdin made on the on the good old Wikipedia. Arabian Nights. All right. Oh my goodness. You take two guesses for budget and box office.
Oh man, I'm just about to look at it. All right, so budget. Actually, you know what? On budget, I'm gonna say it's gonna be 80 million, and box office is 238 billion.
Dude, that's
Or
like
million, million. I'm sorry, I didn't say billion.
did you but
Million.
if you said billion yen, I'd have to accept that. Um I'm saying is you're basically I think you got it right for today's standards. I think that's but I mean not the I don't
Oh
know. I
shit.
think
Budget
it
was
was
28 million. Well, that's not. That's wow. Okay.
that's a lot for
So
them, but look how much it brought home back then.
wow, almost half a billion dollars
That's
worldwide.
that's a that's Aladdin.
Opening weekend, it shit. It only got what? That doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
It's only like $200,000 at opening weekend.
Well, let's watch this real quick. I'm gonna do a conversion of yen to dollars.
Mm-hmm.
and then we're gonna put in what was it? It was two. How much did it 2 point? No, it made 5.8 billion. Is that what it said? Porco Rosso made 5.4 billion. So check this out. I'm putting that in a yen calculator. And does the billion matter? Oh wait, I don't know how many zeros do I have to put?
For a billion, you have to put
Yeah.
nine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here we go. Oh wait, I gotta get rid of the. Don't have to get rid of the point though. There we go. So
Yeah, well, it
divided.
also Aladdin came out in 1992.
Yeah. So let's do. I'm just do something a little bit easier. 5 billion yen to US. So their 5 billion is still 46 million. So put it
Wow.
this way. So yeah, they put in 9 million. They made 46, which is a huge bump, right? But Aladdin,
But that's been re-released. You got to think too. Like that
but I'm just
one's
saying, I'm not trying to go there, but I'm gonna go there. But it just seems like the Asian market in this had a lot to do with it, just like in Changxi or Shangxi.
yeah. Well, and I feel like it translates like there. That's the anime movies over here. I feel like are more of a niche than like
Yeah,
broadly accepted. Like they're the
yeah,
Oscar winners. Whenever they dub over the Japanese uh, uh, movies and stuff like that, those are the animation movies that are winning for the Oscars. Um,
that's true.
but it's just I think it's a little bit different because Disney, like you said, Disney, and I don't know when that started, but they're all about the global market. They're about, well, I need to sell this all over the world. Um,
Yeah, because they were trying to get into that China money. Why do you
yeah,
think they got rid of what's the name John Murat on the poster of Star Wars? What's the kid's name? Um, the black guy in Star Wars.
oh, Finn,
Yeah, they got rid of him. Like they basically made him on the poster cover. And I'm not trying to go there. I'm just saying that they
yeah,
that this that
that's
happened. That's a thing that happened. That they're trying to do, and it's because apparently in China they don't like black people, so they they put a where is it? What Star Wars was it? What are the new ones called? The Force
this,
Awakens.
yeah, Force Awakens, Last Jedi,
Last Jedi is the one I'm thinking about. No, which movie poster is it?
and
No,
then
here it
Rise of
is.
Skywalker.
I guess it might be Rise of Skywalker. Um, yeah, the Rise of Skywalker freaking movie poster. He's not on it, and if he is, he's minimized. He had a like in the original one, he was bigger because
Huh?
he's the main character.
Yeah, no, he is. He's the main character in at least Force Awakens, and then he slowly declines into a minor character,
Well, yeah,
really.
I mean, I think that's what they're saying though that like
But
they
that
weren't.
that wasn't necessarily China's fault.
I know, dude. I don't know,
It
man.
well, it might have been. It might have been a deciding factor. You might be right.
I
So
don't
if
know,
in
man.
Force Awakens, if it was minimized in Force Awakens, because he was big on that poster, then yeah, they may have.
That's what
Yeah,
that's what I'm
wow.
saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they cropped them, photoshopped them to smaller. Like that's messed up, dude.
What I'm
But
saying
whatever.
is, in subsequent movies, that may be why he had a lesser role as well.
Mm-hmm. They probably said like, "Hey, this guy's not gonna be selling us any more tickets." Like we got. I don't know, man. It is what it is. The game now is open. It's open. It's an open box for everybody. I mean, they got rid of Gina Carano. Carano, no.
Yeah,
They can't because we had the whole thing about getting canceled. Remember we had the
yeah.
episode cancel. But we still gotta cancel Disney Plus in about 40 years. So we said, in 10 years we'll
Well,
cancel.
we gotta wait for.
Yeah, we could redo one of those and be like, well,
Yeah,
we're gonna cancel Disney Plus once we get CJ's caught up with PC.
with
Well, no,
With
with
Boba
Boba
Fett,
Fett. But then
and
but he hasn't even seen
we
Hawkeye
have,
either. So
yeah. You haven't?
no, I haven't seen. I've been waiting on some stuff. I haven't sat down to binge series yet because once I get started, I can't stop. I don't. I really
I
don't.
like watching them weekly because I feel like I retain them better. Oddly enough.
And also too, it's easier for you to for common conversation with people.
Yeah, true,
But I'm back.
true. I yeah,
I'm either backed up on work or moving towards work that I feel like let me find this medium here. And then once I find the medium, I'm like, oh, 2 episodes is great. I need them all now. I don't know. I just like it's my style. It's a horrible style. Don't people listening don't do what I do.
don't binge. It hurts.
I like
It
to
hurts
binge.
when you eat too much. It hurts when you watch too much. It just hurts. Don't do it. I
So
don't
you
recommend
gotta
it. I've done
know.
both. I
You
don't
gotta know
recommend it.
when to hold them.
You
Know
gotta
when to
know when to
fold them.
fold them,
Know
know
when
when
to.
to walk away, know when to run.
I
You
don't.
got
I still play. I don't care. I like the game.
uh
It's
no
like when we
man,
go to.
that reminds me of The Office. They had an episode where they're going to the beach and they all start singing The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. It's just like,
Kenny Rogers.
and the room got deathly
Well,
quiet.
I do. I think we're already hitting the 2 hour mark. So it's usually when we stop off. I do want to say something before we
Say
forget.
it.
But no, but it's irrelevant to the movies, but it's relevant to like cinema. So I'll say it after. I won't forget it. I wrote it down. But what do you call it? No, I'm just as I'm going over this movie. Like it's cool that we have like they picked the actors that are still acting, and it makes your movie relevant, especially now with isn't Michael Keaton doing the Flashpoint? Isn't he coming back
Yeah,
with?
no, he's
So
yeah. The if anything, that may have like jump started his new era in
kept
his
them
in
relevant, you know?
yeah, yeah. And you don't like to think that because Michael Keaton is he's got such range, man. Like he
Yeah,
played Beetlejuice. He was Batman. Like
Mr.
not only
Mom.
Mr. Mom, like Multiplicity. Like he got to play like I don't think he gets enough credit for that movie because
Oh,
he
I love it.
plays not only himself, but three other versions of himself that all have different
They're
personalities
completely
and
different.
interact with each other. Like, and that's a Harold Ramis movie, by the way.
Oh, damn, we might have to go there. Damn.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's just like he he's such he has such a wide range of acting ability. Like you see him acting in this movie as an actor, like
Yeah.
it's and then he's also a director and like he just has it all. He's able to balance everything, and not only is he doing that, he's acting this way. He has to
Yeah.
act crazy. The Founder is a great movie, like you
I
said, but it's a very it's more of a that's
if
more of
you
a grounded
yeah,
movie.
if that's a
And
bet
so
that thank you for saying
yeah,
that. Grounded, yeah.
yeah, as opposed to Birdman. But even in that, man, he just has such presence. He was also in the Spider-Man Homecoming. He did fantastic in that
The
movie.
Vulture, fuck yeah.
Vulture. Oh, I mean, like, and the reveal, like that plot twist in that movie is just like you see his face and it just like yanks your heart out, man. And that's I think that's what makes Spider-Man Homecoming so good.
The
You
that
know?
has it has such a dark, lightly coated dark scene in there.
Yeah.
The prom scene where he picks up the daughter and he has the gun.
Uh huh.
Like it's just chilling there. Like that's a boss move, man. I
Yeah.
mean, like to be honest with you, as a father, if somebody did that to my son, I'd beat the fuck out of him. Real simple. Like I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck how big you are or whatever, because I've that's happened to me. I remember, and then the thing is, I'm such a smartass. I was the kid that was kind of like, go get CJ to pick up so and so's girlfriend because his dad doesn't like him, doesn't like him, so CJ will get by, and then I'll get there and then threaten me. And I'd be like, whoa, 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 your daughter's not even pretty. She's my friend. I'm just hanging out. I'm picking her up. It is like, and then, sorry to say that, but it's something like that. Like, I'm like, that's superficial, whatever. But like, but I'd say stuff, they'd say stuff like, just let you know, she has to be home by midnight. If not, I got a gun and a shovel. And I'm like, and I'd be like, I'm sure nobody would miss you. I go, well, I got a huge family. I don't know what you would do with a gun and a shovel, sir. I don't know why you would stay up late with a gun. And they'd be like, oh, being a smartass. I'm like, why don't you just tell me you want your daughter home at midnight and that's it? Why you got to keep talking? And I'd be like that. But it's also like, I'm like, what? I'm not. Why are you trying to threaten me? And then the thing that's funny was, like it was like a couple years back. A lot of my friends. Oh shit. I'm only 37. I have friends that have 22-year-olds. I'm like, dude, we haven't even been out of high school for 22. How the hell did this happen? It's like,
Yeah.
but like I saw people posting a couple years back was like a meme, and it had the shotgun and the shovel, and it said, "Bring my daughter home late, and you'll get one of these." I'm like, really? You're still talking about this shit? Like, like you're threatening somebody? Like, come on, man. Like, really? Like, you're not that guy. You're just a guy that goes to work, or you're a businessman, and that's it. Or you're a manager at a restaurant. It doesn't like. Dude, chill. Like, and that's what I try to tell
Right.
them, but then they respect. I'm like, I am respectful, but you're disrespecting me by coming up with me, like coming up to me hot. Now I know I might cross the line, but when they say respect your elders, I do, but I respect my elders that respect me. So it goes
Exactly.
both ways. It goes both ways. If you're gonna be
Indeed.
disrespectful, and that's why I think the Michael Keaton coming back as Batman is going to shut up a lot of the Gen Xers because they're getting old. Because
Hmm.
millennials are getting old, and I can hear millennials crying all the time. And Gen Xers are always like, Michael Keaton, only Batman. No, no, I'm not gonna lie. He is my favorite Batman, but he's my favorite actor, one of my favorite actors too. But Ben Affleck is Batman. I don't know. Am I showing my age or I
Well,
I'm I'm,
and
I'm
you
liking it.
said
I'm
Ben
digging it.
Affleck as Daredevil. That's what you said.
I didn't have a problem with Ben Affleck as Daredevil.
Me neither. I didn't have a problem with John Favreau as Foggy Nelson either. Um,
He's always playing
but
those roles.
yeah,
He was happy and he's fucking. He's like,
he's like the sidekick.
but yet he's the
But
director of the movie.
yeah,
That's
he's
so
the
smart.
director of the movie
That's so
exactly.
funny, dude.
But no,
Ben
sh-
Affleck is Batman.
oh, well, what I was gonna say is like having like, oh, this is my favorite Batman. Blah blah blah. Blah. Well, listen, man, they're all good in their own respect. I even like Val Kilmer and George Clooney because
Mm-hmm.
honestly, those are the two that I kind of grew up on. And Val Kilmer has the Riddler in there with Jim Carrey, and Tommy Lee Jones is Two Face, and I love those characters. I really, honestly, I didn't even like looking back. I like the villains way more than I like Batman.
That's true.
Those were those
Yeah.
were the guys that I was like looking at and like, oh wow, he did that. Oh, that bastard, And then Mr. Freeze and Ivy and Bane, like those are the things that I enjoyed. Like all that other cheesy stuff, like yeah, put it on my bet card,
The
all
nipples,
that.
the bat nips.
Oh yeah, and like I didn't. Whenever I was a kid, I didn't care anything about that. Why didn't they put nipples on Alicia Silverstone's? That's the
Oh, that's
big
true.
question. Um, but no, it's hell. I think I probably saw Batman. Uh, let's see, It was Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. I think I saw those before I saw the
Tim
Michael
Burton.
Keaton versions. Uh, but yeah, man, like, uh, I can't say that any of them. Like, if I had to pick a favorite set of movies to deal with Batman, it would probably be the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah,
Um,
Christopher Nolan's.
that one's an easy one because first off, you have continuity. The only one you don't really have is Rachel Dawes, but
Mm-hmm.
she's out by the second movie, so who really, I can
Yeah,
let that one slide. Um, and then other than that, man, you have Christian Bale's Batman. You have that dark, brooding, feel to the movie. Then you have like I said, the villains again. Heath Ledger as Joker,
Joker.
and then you have Tom Hardy as Bane and Liam Neeson, the incomparable Liam Neeson's
Raja
uh,
Ghul.
Raj Al Ghul, and then you also have a lot of other big players in there. Gary Oldman as Lieutenant Gordon, uh, and then what is it, Chief Gordon, and all
Chief
that
Gordon.
stuff. By the end of it, so Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine. I mean
Dude, there's a lot of heavy
that's
hitters. Yeah, you're
it
right.
really is, and so it's really kind of hard to argue that anything. I mean, yeah, the other guys paved the way; they did a great job. But those sets of that trilogy of movies is finite. It's that is what a story should be. You
Yeah.
know, um, it has a start, a middle, and end, and we're not going to revisit it. That's it. That's done. Um, but people get nostalgic, and then people are like, oh, that's why I'm glad they haven't done a Back to the Future 4. I don't want to see that. I want to, yeah. The kid in me wants to see Back to the Future 4. What happened after that, Doc? But in reality, I don't need to know.
I don't know
You
if I
know,
want to watch it Back to the Future 4 now. I would have wanted to watch it in like the early 2000s or late 90s, but I don't know about now.
yeah, no, but even then, I mean, I feel like Back to the Future 3 was pushing it. It was on its last leg. Let's be honest. It was a cool
Yeah,
movie. It was a
yeah,
cool
you're
movie,
right.
but it was pushing it, dude. It was like, where you gonna keep going? Um, but no, as far as Batman goes, yeah, Michael Keaton. I don't know. I did enjoy him as Batman. It was kind of he had a very good Bruce Wayne. Um, if anything, and his
Yeah.
Batman was good too. But I feel I don't know. I feel like Val Kilmer and George Clooney had a good Batman as well. They just couldn't pull off the Bruce Wayne. George Clooney, maybe the Bruce Wayne a little bit, but he was just in his robe too damn much. But
Uh,
Michael Keaton had a great Bruce Wayne Batman. Like he was able to split the two personas very well.
I'll tell you this much, man. I like what you said, but I'm opposite. I think that Val Kilmer and George Clooney were decent Bruce Waynes, but they weren't Batman. Where I feel like Michael Keaton had the persona of both,
Yeah.
and you can feel that. But I don't know, Joel Schumacher's movies, like I don't know, they're supposed to be like that. I feel like they're also like an homage to like the older Adam West, because
Hmm.
I got introduced to Batman with Adam West, and you know what's crazy is Batman Returns came out in 1992, and I saw it in theaters, dude.
Hmm. Hmm.
That
You
just
could have
trips
went and
me
saw
out.
Porco Rosso too.
That just trips me out, dude. That like it's only a 7 year difference, but like you saw Batman Forever first, or Batman and Robin first, and
Yeah.
I got to start off in theater. With, I mean, I saw Batman too. I mean, Batman, you know, the original one. It's like it's.
Yeah,
Do you
because
like
a
comics?
2-year-old going to the movie theaters is just annoying sometimes. I
I
mean,
mean, yeah,
not to be rude, but yeah, it's come on.
yeah. You could it could be annoying. Yeah, it is. It'd be hard, man, to keep their
Yeah.
attention, and also it's loud, it's different. But let's rate these let's rate these suckers.
Let's do it. All right. Everybody knows. I hope that we have a patented. All right, 1 to 13 scale. We start at 1 because guess what? If you put time and effort into something, then that deserves a score of something. So we don't give zeros around here. All right, just plain and simple. Now we go up to 13 for the simple reason of there are things that are going to make you like a movie more that don't necessarily have to do with the movie sometimes.
Yeah,
Nostalgia is a big factor in a lot of things. Like if you grew up on something and you have a feeling towards it, I mean it's going to hold a different value than if it's something that is really good but you didn't grow up on it, you know?
yeah.
So that's why we have 1 to 13. You want to get both of our faces on here? That way we're side by side there, CJ.
Side by side by side, I
Side by
do.
side by side by
Let's
side.
get this going. Let's see.
But yeah, so
Uh,
that's just a little background on why we rate the way we do and why our number system is the way it is. Um, so that being said,
where am I at? Sorry, I was on the wrong
no,
screen.
you're good.
There we go. No, wait, no, I wrong.
Okay,
Sorry, I hit the
so
wrong screen.
do
Let's
you
see
want
where
to
we
do
at.
Porco Rosso or Birdman first?
Well, that's the thing, right? We. Oh, you know what? I saw. No, I did see Porco Rosso first, then Birdman. Yeah, we could.
Yeah,
We
same.
can go from. Let's go. Let's go from. Let's do Porco Rosso first.
Porco Rosso.
So as an animation,
Uh,
I'll go for it. For you go first.
oh. You want to just say it at the same time? Let's just do our numbers at the same time and then we can say why, okay?
It's
All right.
okay.
We're
One,
going to go on
two,
go. No, we're going to go on go. You got to wait. You guys, okay.
one, two,
One,
three,
two,
go.
three, go. 10.
8.
You got to say it at the same time. You can't wait for
That's what I
me.
said. I was trying to look at your lips. 1, 2, 3, go, and then you can't say it on go because you're saying the word go. So it's the
Oh,
next.
okay. Then 1, 2, 3.
One, two,
All
three,
right.
then say
You
it. All
gave
right,
it an
ready?
8?
I give it 8. I give it 8
No,
now, but not. But I
yeah.
thought you were gonna give it 8. So my score is between
See,
a 9
that's
and a
what I'm
10.
saying. You can't. You waited. You waited. Uh,
No, I didn't
No,
wait.
okay,
I was
okay,
assuming you were gonna do.
but
I
wait,
didn't wait.
but
I
wait,
said it right.
but wait. No, no, no. You wanted to give it an 8. It's an 8.
No, 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 no,
Unless
no,
you
no,
give
no.
me
It's a.
valid reasons why it's
I'm
a
gonna tell
10.
you. Remember how I started? I start off with my number, and I can either go up or go down. So when I
Oh,
started,
well,
I totally forgot.
we can't do that, but
I
yeah.
totally forgot to explain that while you were doing this. But I like to start off with a movie. I don't do it all movies. I did it on this one too, but I like to start off with a number and see if it goes up or it goes down. And I'd give this movie an 8, but it's an anime. It's great. It's a 9, 10, and an 11. I will give it I'll start off as it is overall, but when I start looking at the craftsmanship, the way this is actually made with like animation stills, like this is a great movie. And then just watching it right now as we're talking about it, it bopped it up to a 9 and a 10 right then at that point. Now it is Michael Keaton, but this is a Michael Keaton that I saw later in my life, so he's still one of my favorite actors. So I'm not going to define that. But how's his performance come in? And it does very have like a very Batman Bruce Wayne ish to it, which is familiar. but at the same time, it's still not Batman Bruce Wayne. It's still its own character. It's still Porco Rosso, which I'm like, great. He did a great job in there. Bringing in the Brad Garrett, bringing in the Carrie Elwes, bringing in Kimberly Williams Paisley was her name,
Yes, yeah.
and bringing her in. And then, I mean, she was in Follow. I love Follow the Bride. Both of them went into Steve Martin. Steve Martin and Martin Short in both those movies, and now they work together. But I'll say it's about an 11 because I'm an animator. I just said 8 because I don't know, but that is my bullshit answer. It's an 11. So-
It's yeah. I'm sticking with 10. For a lot of the same reasons that you gave.
oh, you know what we forgot to do?
Animation. What's that?
We forgot to give the Rotten Tomato and the. See,
Oh
it's
no, we
been-
do that after. We do that after, don't we?
I thought we did the ratings first and then we rate ours.
Oh
It's
man,
been a minute. See?
Oh,
Yeah,
my
okay, no, but
gosh.
we already
Well,
did
okay.
Wait,
How
we'll
about we
stay-
do this? How about we do? We'll change it up since this is. We'll call this like season 3, and we'll
We'll go with
we'll
that
just
right
change
now.
it up.
What's your score? What's your score on Porco Rosso?
So it's 10. It's staying at 10. It's an anime. I can appreciate that a lot of time and effort went into this. It was a fun story. It wasn't it was easy to follow. It was fun to watch. It was like I said, it's a beautiful movie, and it's an interesting story. You kind of wonder like why is he turning into a pig? Uh why does he keep going back and forth? Is it just how people see him? Is it
Yeah.
how people how he feels around people? This is he showing himself as a pig, but he only lets in people that he really believes. Like
See, yeah, it has that. It has that aspect to it too.
yeah, because and Curtis, like he sees him because he fought him, he has respect for him, and so Curtis can now see, hey, oh, is that Marco? Like, but that almost kind of leaves it ambiguous. Like, is that moment where he's fighting for somebody other than himself? Is that when he loses his pigheadedness? Oh my God, he's pigheaded. That's what it is.
That's what I was getting at. I was like, is it something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, it could be. But no, yeah, it's a solid movie. I give it a 10. But what I was going to ask you is, do you think if you saw Porco Rosso in 1992 and grew up on it, do you think you would give it like a 13?
Oh yeah, definitely. If I would have,
And I feel like I would be the same way if I grew up on a movie like this and we rewatched it, and I was like, oh man, this is what I love about this movie. This the animation first off, because I think that's where whenever we give that nostalgia factor in there, we've seen it so many times, so we can absorb so much about it.
Yeah, and that leaves it like you're gonna. It's easy to
Yeah.
see what my Birdman score is gonna be because
Yeah,
of that.
yeah. Well, and I've seen it a handful of times, and I think we're probably going to have the same score. But Porco Rosso, I think if we viewed it more times, I think the score, like you said, would gradually go up. Now, let's do Birdman.
Honestly, if I would have saw this in high school, Porco Rosso, like if I would have been like I saw Spirited Away, I would
Yeah.
have totally been on it. Let's do the score for Porco Rosso real quick on the IMDb and you have
Okay.
you have the Rotten Tomato up.
I don't know.
All right, let me
I'm gonna be
I'll
honest.
do
I
the,
totally forgot to do that.
then I got it up here. I'll check it out real quick. So Porco Rosso on IMDb's rating is a 7.7 out of 10. So that's not bad. That's almost an 8. It's like 80%, 85,000 votes. And then
And I'm ready whenever you are. I got it on Rotten Tomatoes.
All right, go for Rotten Tomato.
All right, so Porco Rosso on Rotten Tomato, it has a 95% tomato meter score. So it doesn't say certified fresh on there, but I'm assuming that it
doesn't.
is.
Wow.
I don't know if there's a differentiation between that or what. Audience score, and that was out of 21 reviews, so that's not a whole lot of reviews for Porco Rosso. But audience score out of 5,000 reviews is 87%. Let's see here. And do you have a critics consensus?
No, I think they'd have to have a certified fresh to have that one of those. No.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Maybe
But
that.
let me have Birdman pulled up. So okay, let's do our scores for Birdman.
Let's do it.
And-
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's find out what Birdman score because I don't know. I prefer to get the scores of them first and then our scores.
Okay,
Or no,
all right,
or no,
well-
or we can get our scores and then we find out what they say. So what do you want to do it with?
Well, since we did that with Porco Rosso, let's
Let's
go
do
ahead
it.
and do it with Birdman, and then we could switch it back up to the way we used to do it.
Ah,
Sorry,
this is
I
easy.
we
No,
just
no, this,
all
this,
right.
this is easy, dude. This is easy. 13.
13. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
it's a
13, dude.
13.
It's
both.
easy.
I mean,
Superhero movie. Michael Keaton. Um, so even I could take it another stupid level and be like, he's Mexican. The director, writer. But other put that aside, I'm just saying like the fact that like he's got all that the story, the big names you're talking about are also in this movie.
yeah,
You got Edward Norton, Emma Stone, Zach Galifianakis, Michael
Naomi
Keaton,
Watts. Yeah.
Emily Watts. You have like a bunch of people I don't even I'm like that are bigger now that were small then. A lot of people have
Mhm.
grown into these characters, and it's like, man, like I don't know, just the fact that it was told different, but you don't. That's the thing. Like it's shot. It's told. The only time you really notice it is if they've either told or you catch on it, but you don't feel like it's a one take movie. Like you
Right.
do feel like you're
No.
going through a circle in a theater, but you don't feel like you're in a like you're watching a movie. It's like I mean you are, but there's I don't know, the scenes are different. It's like it's hard to follow, but it works so well. Let's talk about this real quick with
So okay, right before I think he jumps out the window to fly around for a while, doesn't he get high? He is smoking that
uh
weed. I think the next scene is
see.
him. So that may be it.
I mean, it's a
Maybe he's
13
just
for
drunk
me,
and on drugs.
dude. It's a 13 for me. It's a 13 for you.
Yeah. All right. So
It's
let's see what did IMDb? Did you
it's
already
got
say what
well,
IMDb said?
no. I'm just looking at it. It's got 4 Oscar wins, 193 wins, 291 nominations. Holy cow! And it's got a no way. Did I say this wrong? It's got the same score as Porco Rosso, 7.7.
Well, get this. All right. So for Birdman on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a certified fresh 91% tomato meter score out of 356 reviews and a 78% audience score out of 50,000 plus ratings that I could totally get on board with. I feel like this movie is definitely not for everybody. And you may get confused and a little irritated with it at times if you don't,
I I
enjoy
call
in that,
I get what you're
that
saying,
kind
but
of
I'll
stuff. Yeah.
call BS not on yours, but on this certified fresh that this movie has a 91. So it's meaning like, oh, this is a critic movie. Only critics get this. No, I think that's what I'm gathering with this. It's got a 91 in it. This is kind of funny. It's got an 87 score for the audience, and then
No,
I mean it's got
78.
no,
Yeah.
sorry, Poco Rosso has an 87 score in the audience,
Yeah.
and they switched it. So it's kind of like I just think like a lot of these people nowadays are snobs in this
Yeah.
field
Well,
of
let me read the critics' consensus, and we'll kind of verify what you just said just from the first couple.
oh
A
God, what is
thrilling
this?
leap forward for director Alejandro Gonzalez.
In
What's the
Naruto,
last name? In
in
Naruto.
Naruto.
In Naruto.
There you
Birdman is an ambitious technical showcase powered by a layered story and outstanding performance by from Michael Keaton and Edward Norton. Uh, yeah, that just sounds pretentious as hell.
hell yeah,
Um,
dude.
but
It's like
that's okay. Yeah.
no, I'm just saying. I just also too with the younger generation of filmmakers and film viewers, not watchers, not makers. When I talk to them, they're like, "Oh, this." I feel like they're like looking at me like they're drinking some cognac, and they're like, oh, "Have you seen the new? Have you seen the new episodes of Futurama?"
Yeah.
Not everybody gets this, and I'm just like, "It's Futurama. I love it, but I don't. Have you paid attention to Bob's Burgers? It's got. It's like, nah, dude. Like, stop." Like some people they'll take it
There's
that are
going to be
like,
a movie, Bob's Burgers movie.
yeah, yeah. Didn't one of the actors just get in trouble for Bob's Burgers?
Oh yeah,
Or
he was at the January 6th riot. Jay Johnson.
yeah,
He was a minor character, but yeah.
they got rid of him. That's insane. It's
Yeah.
like now it's like this is your job in front of the camera. You gotta watch. You gotta be careful. But we're moving forward. We have a 13 and an 11 and a 10 on this score, so pretty close, pretty accurate. So we're talking about multiplicity,
We were
where Michael Keaton plays a lot of
Michael
characters.
Keaton.
And this there's a movie off the top of your head that you really want to watch. I was thinking maybe because this was an R episode we started off with. This is just
Yeah.
movies we did. I was like, we actually could do a Michael Keaton episode, but it's up to you if you
You
want to
know
go this
what?
route.
Let's do
Because
this a little bit better.
there's
Let's
also
go.
this movie called Dream Team.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This is a comedy. It's a classic. It's got it's got look right here. Michael Keaton, Christopher Lloyd, Peter Boyle, and Stephen First.
Oh, Stephen First. That's how we get to Animal House right there, buddy.
Dude, a little animal. College episode. College
Oh
episode would
yeah.
be good. And then there's also My Life. I was gonna bring in here, but this is way too serious. This is a serious, sad movie, but I like this one a lot. I saw this when I was a
Interesting.
kid.
Well, let's see. Was he in this is no, I think I'm thinking of something else.
So this is the one.
My life. You remember that? No, I remember that movie. It was like yeah, okay.
Which movie? My Left Foot.
No, My Life. That
This is
this
it. This
I
is
think I,
a,
what year did that come out?
1993. My
Yeah.
Life, 1993, PG-13, 1 hour 57 minutes. A terminally ill man prepares for his death. This is crazy, dude. It's like he. I don't want to. This is such a good movie. I don't. Well, spoilers. Sorry. This movie is Michael Clayton plays like he comes out Nicole Kidman and she's his wife, and they're
Yeah.
having we're having a kid, but before his kid's born, he's dying. He dies. So he's
Okay.
trying to get to know his kid after his grave. So it's so trippy. It's really dark, and I haven't seen it since. It probably make me cry a lot.
Oh, and
I'm
it's like him holding the video camera, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The-
do remember that. Yeah.
The main scene that sticks out to me is when he's trying to teach his son how to walk into someone's house, or his baby, his newborn, not his son or daughter, but he's trying to teach his newborn how to soon to be newborn, how to walk into someone's house. It's it's so hilarious. He says, you walk in, you see him eye to eyes, and you say, hi, how you doing? My name is so-and-so. You know, shakes her hand, and he does the whole thing, and he goes, you don't do this. And then when he does, he walk into somebody's house, and he's like, he's like, like he walks around like all lost, like, no, you don't do that. It's like, it's so little. It's like, how could you teach somebody something in such a little time? It's a great, I haven't seen it in years. It's probably going to be about the 30, almost a 20 year, for sure, a 25-year mark for me on that one. I own Dream Team and Multiplicity.
So, how about we do this? Those are great suggestions, and maybe we could do those both together one day. Maybe we could do once we come back around to Michael Keaton, because we've done Michael Keaton, and we tend to do like a 2-episoder of that. But if we're gonna do Multiplicity, man, we're gonna do another 2-episoder of Harold Ramis, and we're gonna do Caddyshack or Vacation. We're gonna do director Harold Ramis with Multiplicity and another one of his movies.
So no, all right, so let me focus on Harold Ramis real quick, because I wouldn't want to ruin Caddyshack, because there is a Caddyshack 2. And
That's fine.
if we did Caddyshack, I'd want to do 1 and 2, just like Batman. We can't do Batman without Batman 1 and Batman Return, or Batman and Batman Returns. You can't
All right.
do that. If we do Ghostbusters, you can't do Ghostbusters without Ghostbusters 1 and 3. That's just how it rolls.
I feel you 100%.
Or we could do 3. We could do Ghostbusters 3 and Afterlife. But let's see.
We could also do
let me.
like we do Vacation.
There's Groundhog's Day. There's Groundhog's Day. There's Stuart Saves His Family. Nah, there's man, I don't know. That's a good one, dude. So we did Bedazzled. He did Analyze This, but then there's Analyze That. I don't know if we have to do that one, but
Ice Harvest and Year One was his last movie.
that's the one we did. All right, so let's do this. Multiplicity with another Harold Ramis. So we're getting Michael Keaton. We're getting Harold Ramis. What is this? Club Paradise.
It has Robin Williams.
It has Robin Williams in it. Retired Chicago fighter partners with a reggae singer to turn a seedy Caribbean nightclub into a resort for affluent tourists.
Huh.
I don't know. Are you down?
Let's do it. Let's do Club
You want
Paradise.
to do it? You wanna
I've
do
never
it?
heard of that movie, and you know the other way I was kind of leaning towards was maybe we could do 2 live action movies that were based off of anime, like Dragon Ball Evolution and Speed Racer.
That
That
would
was
be a good
another
one to go, too.
that was another direction that my mind was heading. But we don't have to do that right now. I do want to do Multiplicity. That movie is it's great.
No, I love it. I do. I love Multiplicity. I love.
Or we could do if we were going to do 2 Michael Keaton movies, we could do Multiplicity and Beetlejuice. So
You want to do Beetlejuice, because that's just gonna kick open Tim Burton. So I don't care. We can. I like this. I want to see this Club Paradise. But I mean, do you want to?
No,
we got a few minutes. Do you want to see the trailer?
Yeah, can we watch it on the same screen?
Yeah. Let's watch it real quick with everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is a cool new.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look
yeah,
what CJ has
movies we haven't seen. Either one of us. We should watch the trailer and determine.
All
whether
right,
we
here
wanna
we
do it.
go. Let's see. Hopefully, we won't get in trouble. But let's see.
Nah, let's do it. It's worth the risk.
I don't even get the audio. I'm having issues with audio. Tell me if it doesn't come through.
He's called
Oh, I hear it.
at any
You hear it?
time.
All right.
I think it would be best if you were able to make peace with Leanne.
Oh, Ron.
And I will not let you take me away from them.
Yeah, it's like the Harry Potter kids are growing up. M Night. Ooh.
Oh,
Alright,
it's now streaming. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it already.
This summer, make your escape to Club Paradise.
I say let's go. All right, we're going.
Just getting there is half the fun.
Rick Moranis.
Remind me to get a new pilot.
So join your host, Robin Williams,
Oh, boy.
I'm Island Jack.
And what island are you from?
Ellis, originally.
with Peter O'Toole, Rick Moranis, Jimmy Cliff, Twiggy, Adolph Caesar, Eugene Levy, and Joanna Cassidy. You'll enjoy luxurious accommodation.
We're still ironing out the bugs.
Well, I think you'll find most of the bugs in my room.
Soak up the scenery.
They said that you weren't fit to sleep with pigs, but I stood up for you. What'd you say? I said you were.
All right.
Take up challenging new activities. Or for a change of pace, discover a private world all by yourself. Club Paradise, where civilization ends and excitement begins.
Am I going to be able to take a decent shower?
I'm on the case.
It's the vacation you'll never forget, no matter how hard you try.
Why don't we? Yeah, it sounds funny, dude. Why don't we? I don't know, man. If I were to watch this movie, Club Paradise, I want to watch it with Club Dread, but
Right.
yeah,
That's
so
what I was
let's-
thinking too.
let's kind of save that one. So are we going? Let's pick right now. Are we going full Keaton or Harold Ramis? I like where that angle's at. Because I'm on here on Harold Ramis, man, and I'm looking at his
As far as
his-
directorial,
directing, and I don't know, man. I'm cool with National Lampoons too. Like, I just think if we do Caddyshack, we'd have to.
I think if we do Caddyshack and National Lampoon, that would be a good one.
That'd be a good.
I understand, and then we could do Caddyshack 2 and European Vacation.
Okay. You want to do Multiplicity? I want to do Multiplicity. So
Let's do it twice.
Let's do.
Let's do another cloning. Let's do another cloning movie.
It's another clone baby.
We could
have
do.
we already did Bedazzle. That's cool. We're knocking these off.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't even do Stuart Saves His Family because isn't that a sequel? Isn't that the Stuart the
know.
little mouse?
No, I don't know. I don't know what
Oh
Stewart
my
Saves
God.
His Family is.
Dude, I remember this. This is Al Franken. Yeah, this is a character he made. I want to say through not SNL, but like one of these shows he created. And he was able to make a
New Age therapist Stuart Smalley, Al Franken, Senator Al Franken.
yeah,
His families.
a self-help advocate struggles to put his dysfunctional family into place. Dude, I remember this movie. I thought it was the I remember parts of it. Well, I think we need to pick. We're getting down to 232. I believe it's time. What are you thinking?
I think that I really want to go Harold Ramis. What do you think about Groundhog Day?
Groundhog Day. Yeah, I'm down.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
We can do Groundhog Day and Multiplicity, and because one has multiple Michael Keatons,
One's a multiple
another
day.
one has multiple of the same day.
I mean,
So-
technically, you're not wrong with that because it's literally Bill Murray in the same day, so he's not changing. But I mean, no, it's just a repeat of the same day, so it is like
Yeah.
Multiplicity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I think I just looked it up right now. I think they're both on Stars. So who wants to get Stars? Who's got a free trial?
I think I have with my Amazon. I think I get that or my Prime.
Oh,
I think
for
I
real?
get Stars. Yeah, because or maybe I don't know. I think I have Stars. I don't. It's just one of those. I think it just plays. I'll figure it out when we get off, and I'll see if I can.
All right, cool. I'll see.
with
I'll
you.
see if I can't see what I can't do. You know?
We might have to do a watch party.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll sit there and just watch it. All right, so we're gonna do. I mean, it seems kind of like we comp, but we haven't. This is our episode coming back, so this was the space between Cole and you and me. So it's kind of it was a kind of a just episode he has back. We haven't done this in a minute. But a man. Let's see. Multiplicity, 1996, PG-13, 1 hour 57 minutes. Comedy, romance, sci-fi. A man who never has enough time for things he wants to do is offered the opportunity to have himself duplicated. Director, Harold Ramis. Writers Chris Miller, Mary Haley or Hale, and then Lowen Gaines. Stars Michael Keaton, Andy McDowell, and Zach Duham.
Oh,
And we're
Andy
gonna
McDowell's in both movies.
Oh, there we go. We got another we got a pender. Oh, yeah, that's right. She's the wife.
Yeah, this could be an Andy McDowell episode. You know what's crazy is I was actually thinking about her the other day, and doing an episode with her, but it was with Michael.
Oh yes. Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna. I got Michael. Remember, I bought the VHS.
Yeah.
I just
So this may spiral into the Michael episode where we do 2 John Travolta movies, Battlefield Earth and Michael, where he plays an angel in both.
I'm cool with Battlefield though. Earth.
I don't think I ever saw it. I remember actually, I don't know. I can't remember.
It's bad. It's pretty bad. Groundhog Day, 1993, PG, 1 hour 41 minutes. Comedy, drama, fantasy. A self-centered Pittsburgh weatherman finds himself inexplicably trapped in a small town as he lives the same day over and over again. Director Harold Ramis. Writers Danny Rubin, Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, Andy McDowell, and Chris Elliott. Good old cabin boy. But we won't jump ahead of ourselves, but we'll stay there. And then Groundhog's Day, because this is definitely more Harold Ramis than Michael Keaton, but he just got us here.
Yeah. Thank
So,
you,
got anything
Michael
else to
Keaton.
say?
We appreciate
Got it?
everything you've done and everything you will do.
You got anything else you got to say?
I'd like to say I'm glad to be back.
Welcome back.
And hopefully we can get on well, not even hopefully, soon we will be on a consistent schedule and we will be able to churn out some episodes for everybody.
Yeah, and then the fact that I got to write a text, but the fact that we're back and we're gonna have like more of a schedule, it seems, because we've been hanging out by the hair every time.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care. I'm sorry.
We won't have to worry about, oh, I got to be here, oh, I got to be there. We can, and ideally, maybe we can, since we do it live, we can have a time at night and schedule it, and people can come join our live for once, and we're not just in whatever time. We can actually have a schedule, and hey, come watch us on this day. We do it weekly. We'll let you know if anything changes, Then so that I think that would also kind of help maybe with viewership a little bit, and we can we'd be able to market a little bit better and a little bit
interact
more on
a
Facebook.
little bit more people. See some suggestions here we can watch. Maybe do
exactly.
breakdowns to independent filmmakers too. See if we can get some movies. Like I said, Tubi. I'm okay with supporting Tubi. So
100%. They have great movies on there, and anytime you can do free TV, that's thank you, Tubi.
Yeah, thank you, Tubi. So we'll think about Tubi Tuesday. Nah. All right. Well, I'll let you go. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with us. It's just it's our welcome back episode for Ben. Ben Hameen's back.
It's me. I'm Ben Garrett. Great to see y'all. It really is. I've missed you so much, everybody.
Well, he's missed you.
Thunder
We miss
buddies
you.
for life.
Thunder
right?
Buddies, and I had to go classic, so we got the
Classically trained. Is that what it
NES.
says underneath? Yeah.
Yeah. That's right, baby.
Hey, so I did get a farewell card from look at that. There it is. Oh, see you later.
Oh, is that from your old place of business?
Yep.
They gave you that?
Yeah,
That's cool.
They were real nice. But yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
we'll see everybody later. See you next week. And until then, peace.